Are we
And it
there?
looks like we're live. It
We're
looks like we're
live?
live.
We're
And it
live now?
looks like I'm here with my pal,
I felt like
Remnant777.
I felt like I was like a kid in the back seat asking the parents, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
Yeah, that's why I usually give a long drawn out and we're live. That's why I
And we're
normally do
live.
that. Of course, everybody, I seem to be having some sort of connection issues, possibly. So hopefully, our boy over here can have me watch me do a classic crash out over my internet not connecting for any discernible reason. But that's not why we're here today. Okay, we're here to talk about the left and how they just the very we're already used to like the Democrats pushing policies and from the top down pushing a negative culture and whatnot, and the left never really gets in trouble. But I like to be a little more granular about this. Okay, I like to go a little deeper on these events that are held and how there's miraculously people there that want to shoot milk toast Constantine kissing. Those are the things I can like. They're a little closer, so I can get my hands on them and talk about them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you even mean by that, if I'm being honest. Like, uh, granular for Constantine? I don't
Yeah. So
follow.
no. Granular in terms of I'm taking a more like very specific situation instead of just saying like just talking about like
Oh,
trans kids in general. I'm
I
talking
see.
about a very specific instance
True.
of radicalization and it looks like this Pangburn guy is going to start putting on events. And it's incredible with how biased he is toward Destiny. He's going to be. He seems very independent and like objective and like
What
just
what an
looking for the
amazing
truth.
moderator for us. He seems like a great guy.
Oh well, that's the thing. Okay, is that now I'm not going to get into the man's history. I did that in the video that I made on him. But he is really milking this content for all it's worth.
Mm.
He's starting to make streams and he's making videos. Let me switch over this. So, as we see up here, we have his virtues, okay? And I'm going to have us kind
What
of
the heck?
did you know about his virtues?
No, I didn't. That's just a weird place to have it, like, on the banner. Why don't you just have something, like, kinda cool and nice up there?
He
Like a
does.
desk.
His face, cool. And what's nice are his virtues, okay? Now, he's very much an atheist. I'm going to let you know, okay? And he's very much against religion. It's like we're in 2015 over here, right? Atheism plus his progressive atheism is what everyone should be hip to. And the way that he does that is by making up his own virtues. Okay? Let me know if you've heard this before. An atheist making up their own ethical system.
I wouldn't even blame him if he, like, just took things from Christianity, like, just take what's actually good. Don't half-ass it, come on. Well-being? Wait.
So this is great. I'm so glad I'm getting your fresh react on this. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna go over his virtues, okay? And then we're gonna watch the debate that many people have seen between Destiny and Constant Kissin, but kind of through the lens of his virtues and see if these virtues have been, upheld, so to speak. Actually, yeah.
I'm guessing by your tone, they probably haven't. Probably, like, the exact opposite of whatever it is.
I don't know what you're saying at all. What do
I don't
you
know.
what do you mean about my tone? My sounding like I'm possibly, I don't know,
I don't know. It sounds
foreshadowing
like
something or
true. It sounds like he probably is full of shit with this, if I'm being honest. But just I don't know. I feel like I'm still in the audience. I've heard so many of like the live streams. I'm still mentally in the audience. It feels like.
terrific. Terrific. That's just where I need you. Because I'm gonna be teaching and preaching today. And this is excellent. So it sounds like you weren't very certain with what you just said. And that is maxim number 1, Remnant. Okay. Fallibilism, embrace uncertainty. Certainty is almost certainly unattainable. Pretty incredible, huh? Isn't that a great virtue to never quite be sure Of course,
I guess I'm living it up, right?
remember, you can never really be sure. And we all know Destiny never, speaks overly confidently about anything, right?
True. It's like, what would it be if Jay Dyer was here? He would just instantly point that out and be like, "Well, that's an absolute statement, right there."
That's an
Hey,
absolute statement.
yeah, we can't trust absolute statements. Is the absolute statement?
Oh
So it's
yeah, I
like,
love that. I love when the ortho bros just flip the postmodern anything can be anything, because they can rationalize anything. That's actually really good feedback because this is the backbone of postmodernism. Anything can be anything, man. We don't know.
it
We
really,
just don't know.
bruh. It's literally just if enough people believe it, it becomes that. That I've been looking into this stuff a bit more because
Mhm.
that's what I'm working on in this next video. That's literally all it is with everything.
Well, that sounded pretty certain. You sure you're certain of that reality? You might get a poor virtue score. Don't worry. See, I'm foreshadowing right now. Don't worry. See, keeping people around.
True,
You
true.
so
You're
so
keeping up the suspense.
well. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Before we watch the debate, and I didn't tell you this, okay?
Hmm?
Because I'm subversive. I'm
Oh,
sneaky. Okay. I
oh,
learned this from watching the left so much.
oy
Okay.
vey.
We're gonna watch him grade the entire debate. It's like 10 minutes on his virtues, and he gives them each a virtue score. So it's
Oh,
gonna
wait, what the hell?
yeah.
That sounds so pretentious.
It
Like,
does sound
it
pretentious.
sounds incredibly religious for an atheist, and it's
Well,
not even something I would do. A virtue score.
well, he's only doing this to maximize well-being. Okay. He wants to maximize flourishing. He wants to maximize well-being for yourself and those around you. Did you know that he calls himself a well-beingist? I'm not kidding.
Oh man. Oh no.
I
The-
could I could do 2 hours on just setting this up, okay? But I'm not I'm not I you believe me that I have the goods. I included it in the video.
it's so stereotypical. It's like every single transhumanist, or whatever the hell they
Very
call
nice.
themselves
Yep.
that Andrew Wilson's debated and Jim
Yep.
Bob's debate. Yeah, it's just unescapable at this point. It's just a living stereotype. Come on.
I know, but this guy's putting on events and he's seeming moderate and seeming independent and seeming like he's just trying to objectively analyze these important conversations. Oddly enough, he has Destiny on a lot. Look at these explosions over here, okay?
Destiny.
Well-being.
Oh my goodness, Destiny, my favorite centrist and moderate.
Look at this. Look at this thumbnail on Pangburn. It's literally Trump in a KKK hood, okay?
Yeah, very
Maximize
neutral.
well-being, all right?
It doesn't look like he's opinionated on the topic at all.
Whoa, he's not certain. They're asking, how racist is Trump? It's not that Trump is racist. It's how racist is he? Very good faith people we're dealing with here, all right?
I mean, aren't all white people racist or something?
Now you're getting it. No. You gotta, you can't be that certain. You gotta go, how racist are all white people, right? Still a question.
True.
See?
How racist are you, Artie?
There we go. Well, you'll learn that as the stream goes on. So then we have patience, something that Destiny is widely known for, right? For a patient guy. You can see why he backs the horse that is Destiny. Because Destiny tries to cultivate tolerance. Okay?
Oh boy.
Ultimate patience, even in the face of detestable ideas, right? So even if people have seen this debate and seen commentary on it, they've never looked at it through the lens of Travis Pangburn himself.
You know, hot take. Maybe Destiny would have counted as patient about 6 years ago or
Yup.
5 years ago. He is not that at all right now, bruh.
Hey, man, I'll let you know right now. I watched Destiny for like 8 years. I was
I did
watching
too.
Destiny at
Well,
the
no, not
beginning
8
of
years.
2025. I was
Not 8
watching him at the
years.
beginning of 2025. I was still
used to-
watching him.
Bruh, I actually used to really like Destiny stuff. I actually did, bruh. We're coming from the same place. Hey, we can see eye to eye on this.
Well,
I thought, unironically, I thought you would give me a lot of shit if I said I really liked Destiny stuff before.
no, I've said this in many videos as well that this comes from I criticize James Lindsay and I criticize Destiny because I used to be big fans of both of them. Now, I was never a big fan of Destiny for like the lefty stuff, but early on he was like the only one really taken out the commies. I really
He
hated
was
commies
doing a
early
good
on.
job at
That's
that.
what I really appreciated. When he would start supporting Black Lives Matter, I'm like, that's goofy. That's just
Well, I mean, here's my opinion. Here's why I really liked Destiny. I was getting into the notion, like, all of that reaction content people would post, and it would just be mocking the left. Look at this left, look at this libtard. They're flipping out. They're all insane. I was getting that notion that everybody on the left I disagree with was stupid and insane.
okay.
And Destiny, even though like he's unhinged right now, he genuinely before was able to create good arguments for why he believes those
He
things.
was
Even
talking
if
to
I
Ben Shapiro. He was talking to Jordan Peterson. He talked to
Yeah.
Peter Boghossian 11 months ago. That's how new this turn was, and that's why I started making videos about it, because I'm like, wait a minute, Destiny's doing an extreme hit.
tragic.
He's like Dev, just like Short Fat Otaku.
I have no idea anything about that guy, but I see everybody shitting on him.
He used to criticize the leftists, make fun of them, understands Marxism and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, I personally, I think it comes from being a degen. Destiny's a sexual degen, Dev's a sexual degen, and there's no room for you on the right wing to be like that kind of degen, right? Right wing Christianity, they have to be on the left. So they'll be reasonable when criticizing the left, and then when they criticize the right, it just seems like very contrived. Right? So lightheartedness. Maxim number 5. Lightheartedness. Foster joy. Refine and express your sense of humor. Okay? And then finally.
Oh, I already can see where this is going to go with the grading. He's going to be like, well, Constantine was not having a good time. He was really grumpy. So we're going to give him a low score for the joy.
You, friend, are an astute observer. So
Destiny, I'll just let you continue with that.
Yes.
I'm not even going to make any more predictions.
And finally, inspiration. Draw from art and science. Let art and science inspire.
Science.
Art and science, of course. Anything this moron thinks of. He thinks this is a science, so to speak.
Push the boundaries of human potential. What is this?
Yeah, what could go wrong, right? So we got some videos here. I've watched too many of this guy's videos. I could probably just do a pang burn.
Bruh, that whole list reminds me of as if I'm going to work for a company and they're just giving those like soulless.
It's indoctrination. It's like corporate indoctrination.
Yeah, it feels like that. And it's so soulless and like parasitical, bruh. It feels that way. Doesn't feel genuine at all. Is genuine like,
okay, first of
all, is being genuine like one of the virtues or something like that?
Well, we'll have him walk us through it. If you're challenging his authenticity, okay? So we're gonna essentially poison the well with this debate, and show. I really want to hammer home the kind of guy that's putting on these events, because it seems like he's going to put on more events. However, before we do that, Bear in the Woods, $5. Thank you very much. Arrived 60 seconds late because I was fighting the wind. Please restart the stream and give me a firm handshake to Remnant for me.
Hey, what's up, Bear in the Woods? I appreciate the handshake. I'd handshake you.
Yeah, Remnant probably has, at some point I'm going on his stream where he could do some sort of digital handshake. He has all the bells and whistles. I don't. Okay.
I'm gonna summon him through my crystal ball.
Ooh, you're giving away the secrets already.
I mean, it's fun. I don't know, how do I put it? They'll still love it when they see it, but I'm giving them like a little idea. They'll like it. True.
Isaac for $2. 14AH88. I have no idea what that could mean. Red and brown, his two favorite colors. Excellent. Save the racing flag, right?
Okay.
109, too little. Right. There are higher numbers than 109. Bears run the world. I couldn't agree more.
I don't know about that tweet, if I'm being honest, but okay. I know, little out there with that tweet.
Sunday Math for $10. Thank you so much. 5-minute subscriber wait. I got into Mossad quicker than this. This is over-Semitic. Over-Semitic. Anyways, what's up? Thank you very much for your support.
What's up, Sunday? He's a good one. He's a great guy.
Is he one of yours? Do you know him?
Yep. He was a mod for the server. He's kind of stepped down from it because takes too much time moderating. But he's a great guy. Great guy.
Good to know.
We love Mr. Sunday.
Very cool. Jasper Lane, $5. It's embarrassing to say I used to watch Destiny. Not so much, because we both have done the same thing.
Mhm.
I didn't often agree, but his videos made me think about my stances, correct? Seeing his recent stuff is sad. A lot of
That's
us
exactly
feel
what
the
it
same. Yeah.
he couldn't put it better. It's literally just sad. It's so sad to see him fall this way. It's like, bruh, no, it literally is that way.
Fortunately for my channel, I don't get sad. I get mad. Okay. And I lay down a mighty critical smite. Theodore for $5. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm only 10 minutes late. Can you restart the stream and talk really fast until you catch up to where you should be? It's just getting more and more meta as time goes on. Brutal! I did! It's brutal! UGM, $10. Thank you so much. Artie is so racist, he wants us to... What?
I don't even know what that
on
means.
the cultural whiten the cultural enrichment up with our pure white genetics. Here's what's funny. That guy, when I talk to him behind the scenes, like one of the least moo critical people in the community. A lot of these comments that you see, they're some of the least extreme people in my community. It's for goofs. It's for goofs. And I think it's funny. So let me have you get to know, and by you, I mean my guest Remnant and the audience, get to know Travis Pangburn a little more and guide you through his atheist art and science maxims.
Well, I must thank Konstantin Kisin and Destiny for sharing the stage in London. I thought their dialectic had as many peaks and valleys as a Shakespearean epic.
Now, here's what's wild. He's really into the dialectic. You see how he capitalizes the D in dialectic? Are you familiar with what the dialectic is?
Nope.
It's Hegelian. It's Marxist. It's the dialectic. It's how they synthesize reality. James Lindsay has taught us this. So it's very peculiar that he's always in idea land, very much an ideologue, always talking about a conversation. You know how the left kind of does that?
A little. I actually don't. Could you give an example?
Well, it's really important that we have a conversation about racism, okay? Because racism has been happening, but we're not actually talking about anything actually happening right now that's mapping onto reality. We're going to talking about racism. Actual Justice Warrior does a good job of highlighting that in his videos.
That's interesting. No, yeah, they do a lot of that. Yeah, I totally agree.
This is why he's like going to be talking about the meta conversation, which doesn't map onto reality.
Huh. These people are a little schizophrenic, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. I've heard of Hegel, all that stuff. People have talked about him. I don't know. I was reading a book, and this was before AI really ever got advanced. It was from a good book, Anti-Fragile. And he was talking about comparing. I'll just get through this really quickly. He said if you took an AI or a computer and it tricked you and it sounded like a human, you would be able to say that computer, that robot is intelligent or has signs of intelligence. But what happens when you take a human speech and randomize it and it sounds like a robot? You would say that's unintelligent. And then he got a lot of lines from Hegel and he says, literally, it applies to Hegel. None of this is intelligent. You're just falling for the sophistry. You're falling for the what's it called? Golly, my mind's blank right now. But
sophistry. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nothing behind what's being said.
It's the emperor's new clothes. That's what it's.
Yes.
Yes.
Here we go.
Today, I'll be giving you my analysis of the conversation by the standards of the Pangburn virtues and maxims. Captured within this system is what I believe to be a powerful recipe for wisdom and the good life. With everything I do in the world, including this analysis video, my hope is that I am maximizing well-being, physical, mental, and social health for myself and those around me. You, in this instance...
You know when someone's like so nice, it kind of makes you angry, where you're like, why are you... this doesn't feel like real nice. This feels like very much fake nice, right?
I don't know about, well, I sense a little bit of that. I do actually, but he genuinely does look a little happy here. I gotta give that to him. He does look a little happy.
Excellent.
He is a little too happy. I do admit that. Now, maybe he's just so hyped to make the video.
This is good. So you're here. You're where this comment is. I used to like Destiny, but I'm a guy. It's okay. Well, this may be introduced later on. You're where this guy is. Okay.
I'm Zach.
You're where Zach is right now.
I'm where
okay?
Zach is.
Yeah, because also this guy knows Travis and he's a good guy and very philosophical. That's where you're at so far. Okay. Well,
Zach likes to leave a lot of big comments.
Oh, he wasn't happy with my video.
Uh-oh.
But that's where you're at so far. Let's see how far we can nudge you.
Are considered those around me. So let's dissect this epic adventure. Today, we are going to look at a debate in a way that most people never do. Normally, when people watch debates, they ask one question: who won? But that question often misses something much deeper. What we
He's
should
no longer happy.
whether a conversation.
This sounds good.
He doesn't sound happy anymore. He's gotten so serious. Do you see that? Instant turn.
Well, hey, I mean, so I compare this to how they groom kids into being trans right now. Okay, we're gonna do all smiles. Everything's gonna technically sound correct and technically sound true. So it's like, yeah, hey man, it's a debate, but it shouldn't just be about who wins. We should like learn something, right? You should share your cookie with the kid next to you, right? So all sounds well and good. Let's see how it maps onto reality.
Itself improved our thinking? Did it increase clarity? Did it increase intellectual humility? Did it move us closer to the truth and closer to maximization of well-being? To explore that question, we are going to evaluate this discussion using the Pangburn Virtues Framework. This framework measures across 6 virtues: fallibilism, well-being, communication, patience, lightheartedness, and inspiration. Each virtue represents a philosophical principle about how human beings should approach ideas and each other when discussing difficult topics. The debate we analyzed is between Stephen Bonnell, also.
Someone just said it feels like he's trying to sell me crypto.
Yeah, bro. I just realized he just turned being funny into a virtue.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, he would really love people on 4chan then. They're very virtuous people, according to him.
But he's an atheist. Right. So is there an objective reality? All of this comes through the Jay Dyer, Andrew Wilson criticism of my preferences. Right. So he is the arbiter of well-being.
Oh, so he's the arbiter of the funnies.
I believe so. How else is he about to give Destiny a higher virtue score? He's got to be a
really good comedian then. He's got to be a good comedian. He's got to make me laugh.
Okay, yeah, well, we'll see.
Also known as Destiny, and Constantine.
He might make you laugh for all the wrong reasons, right? He might make you laugh and not in the ways that he wants to.
Boy, bae.
The topics included immigration, political culture, and questions about what people often call wokeism. So instead of asking who rhetorically dominated the room, we are asking something more interesting. Which conversational posture best aligns with the 6 virtues? Let us begin with the first virtue, fallibilism. The maxim here is simple: certainty is almost certainly unattainable. Human beings evolved to survive, not to know the ultimate structure of reality. Our brains are imperfect instruments full of biases and
Sure, if like we're going from cavemen, if we skip thousands of years, I understand what he's saying. I think we've developed a little bit since survival times. What do you think so far?
I'm gonna be honest, completely transparent with you. I flaked over and I saw the side chat for half a second and I got completely lost.
Yeah, not a problem. Hey, do you have any idea how often I just zone out when listening to this guy? I actually listen to him.
He's got a monotone to him.
Cognitive shortcuts. That means intellectual humility should always accompany strong claims. In this debate, Destiny consistently pressed for definitions and clarification. He asked what exactly people mean.
See, Destiny's just looking for clarification, okay? When he's interrupting.
I saw a bit of the early debate. I would have bought that idea for like maybe the first 2 times he really brought up clarification. But then the rest of it, let's be honest, he was bullshitting. He was bullshitting the rest of the way. And he really he was beating a dead horse.
You know, bro. I might have viewed the debate the same way, but I know the Pangburn 6 maxims and how to grade them on these virtues. So I obviously view it much differently than you do.
Okay. Okay.
when they say
We
wokeism.
got that different
He
foundation.
pushed for clear distinctions between legal immigration, illegal immigration, and asylum systems. This kind of definitional pressure matters. Many political arguments collapse because people use emotionally loaded words without operational definitions. Destiny repeatedly slowed the conversation down and forced conceptual precision. Konstantin Kisin approached the conversation differently. His arguments were built more around demographic trends, cultural cohesion, and long-term social consequences. He cited statistics and economic costs and framed them within a narrative about the stability of national identity. Both approaches are legitimate forms of reasoning, but fallibilism tends to reward the posture that keeps uncertainty visible. Destiny consistently treated large political claims as hypotheses that require.
It's never certain. You know, the Muslim grooming gangs, how certain can we be about that, really? You know, I can't believe that Konstantin Kisin was so certain that that was
True. Do you
happening.
actually believe women, buddy? Do you actually? Where's the fallibilism behind that?
Yeah, you see how this can be, you know, applied very selectively, right?
Yeah.
Careful framing and definitional clarity. Kisin communicated more certainty about the trajectory of cultural and demographic change. So under the fallibilism virtue, Destiny scores higher. Fallibilism score, Destiny, 7.9 out of 10. Kisin, 6.4 out of 10.
Where did he get that number
The next
from?
I'd love to know what a 10 is. I would love to know what a 10 is. You have to not know anything.
Oh,
to
wait,
get a 10.
how did he get to that number? Where was his thought process?
Deep into his pucker is where he unearthed it from.
I'm just going to give him a solid 7 out of 10 because we're fully logical here, but out of pure emotion, I'm going to give him a 7 because I like the guy.
He's very precise, okay? He'll go down to the 10th of a percentage. He'll go down to like 6.4, right? 5.
But he doesn't elaborate how he got the number. That's
good.
insane.
Good fallibilism. We're uncertain. You're scoring high so far.
It's
this
just
emotion.
It's good. He gives like an analytical perspective to everything. Then he just out of the blue gets the number. What?
Very leftist coded.
To his well-being. The maxim here is to maximize well-being for yourself and those around you. Politics should ultimately be about improving the conditions of conscious creatures. If our ideas do not produce better lives, then something has gone wrong in our reasoning. In the debate, Destiny emphasized institutional guardrails and proportional responses to perceived problems. He often reframed emotionally charged concerns into measurable policy questions. Instead of treating immigration purely as a cultural crisis, he asked how specific policies actually affect housing, labor markets, and governance. Kisin approached the issue through a different lens. His argument emphasized social cohesion and national stability. He expressed concerns that rapid demographic change.
Did you see that? So whenever he's talking about Destiny, he's so happy. And then the moment he even says Konstantin, he instantly lowers his head. He's looking down. He's got a bit of that angry look that, his tone entirely changes the moment he says Konstantin. Well,
that's for people's well-being. Okay. Konstantin, bad. Enemy. Destiny, friend.
Destiny is great. Konstantin. Now with Konstantin. That's the entire video so far. What is this? I feel like it's a psyop.
No, this guy's the moderator of their debate, okay? In which there was someone in the crowd that wanted to shoot Konstantin Kisin. This is how these things happen. So then this is what I mean by normalizing radicalization, where he's going to be acting objective, and then Konstantin is showing up thinking that this is an even conversation when 99% of people in the crowd are thinking of harming you, or at the very least,
wait,
they're not there with an open mind.
What percent are thinking about harming?
99%.
I don't know about that.
That's why you're here. You're here to even me out. Okay. You're gonna be.
I'll hear you out. I will go on record saying I do speculate about that number, but the left is pretty insane these days. But I do gotta push back against that, good sir.
But you'll be able to hear like the uproarious applause when Destiny stops talking about like a basic point. Like I'm sorry, it's 99% Destiny fans. It's majority Destiny fans. And
Gotcha.
But it's under the guise of this being independent, objective, and it's normalizing that when the people in the audience are much more radicalized than you realize. I guess is the point.
Okay.
More specific.
Well, I'll hear you out, good fella.
Can undermine trust within a society, and that ignoring those concerns can create deeper instability. That concern for cohesion is not trivial. Societies function best when people feel that they share common norms and institutions. However, tone matters when discussing risk. Destiny maintained a relatively relaxed and analytical posture.
Yeah. He's
relaxed
posture coming
Where
from
is he getting
donkey jaw Destiny.
I love how he doesn't even show
He
examples.
could easily. He was
about.
there. He watched it live. He was the moderator and doesn't show a single video of anything he's referencing.
Oh, he's got timestamps on the side, bro. He's just got here. Let me put out a bunch of timestamps from these little snippets for random things. He didn't
more
even
emotionally
bother to show
burdened by
real examples, bro.
Right.
He
Yeah,
can't
that
show
feels
any
like propaganda, right?
Yeah, he literally has to put the timestamps on the side to say, hey, this is my evidence, this supports it, and not actually show you, because if he called Destiny relaxed and then he showed the clip, it would just blow up in his face. It's like, okay, that's too much reality for me to accept this blatant lie. Too much in my face.
That a lion's share of the comments are just repeating what Travis Pangburn is saying uncritically, if you can believe it.
Really?
It's like a conditioning. There's not a lot of push. You've seen lefty comment sections where you're like, okay, there's no way that they could all be agreeing with this lefty. And you look at the comments,
like it reminds me of the
Papa
Gut debate with Andrew Wilson.
Yeah.
It's always interesting. You go between the two comic sections between the debate, see how different they are.
The issue, and at times communicated a sense of existential seriousness. Emotional tone influences how audiences perceive danger. A calmer posture tends to reduce social anxiety. A heavier posture can amplify it. Because the virtue of well-being includes not only policy outcomes, but also the emotional climate created by discourse, Destiny again receives a slightly higher score. Well-being score. Destiny, 7.5 out of 10. Kissin, 6.4 out of 10.
Don't you see
out of the well-being score?
Don't you see the well-being? The guy glowing in the back? That's Destiny right there.
There we go.
Metaphorically speaking.
Right, emanating well-being.
I know. Bro, you just gotta Photoshop the Destiny picture of him out on the beach, but it's him glowing at the well-being.
He's emanating well-being. That's what he's known for.
Virtue is communication. The maxim here is that good faith and helpfulness are the minimum requirements for a fruitful dialectic. In other words, a debate should not just be about scoring points. It should help the audience understand the issue more clearly. Both participants demonstrated strong rhetorical ability. They are clearly experienced
Do you see how he's talking about how it should be and not really commenting on how it went? That's what I mean. It's a meta conversation. He's talking about talking, when we could just observe exactly what happened. Like, the most good faith thing you could do is show an example and then comment on it. But it's almost like he's hiding that to make a propaganda piece, is what it feels like.
Yeah, it really does. It's just so weird. It feels culty, bro.
Well, he has been accused of that, just so you know.
This gives me, like, I don't want to sound like a woman here, from the whatever podcast, but this is really giving me the ick, bro.
Yeah.
I got the strong ick here.
Yeah, he
I don't like this guy. I can't tell you why. I just don't.
The more you
like
get to know him, the more icky he gets.
Communicators. However, neither maintained perfect adherence to this virtue. Destiny sometimes used sarcasm and dismissive phrasing. While this can be rhetorically effective, it does not always help the other person engage more productively. Kissin at times used direct confrontational language that questioned his opponent's reasoning ability. That kind of phrasing can quickly escalate tension and shift the conversation away from cooperative inquiry.
Do you see how he's saying how it can happen, as opposed to commenting on what happened, right? Now that sounds pedantic to a lot of people, right? But he's talking about something that already happened. But he's talking about an event that already happened hypothetically. And we saw this with like Kyle Rittenhouse, where they were talking about like a lot of Vosh arguments, right? Hey, Destiny arguing with Vosh about Kyle Rittenhouse, classic content. Because the ideologue will say, we'll talk about it as a hypothetical when, well, why don't we just talk about what actually happened? Why are we talking about it like it didn't happen?
True.
That's what I mean about talking about.
Well, the potential of doing these things, because don't you understand? It's not a matter of what actually happened. You have to understand the risks for when you engage in these sort of tactics. Yes, we have to evaluate it through that lens rather than actually what happened.
Now you're mocking. Yes, that's all you can do at a certain point. But Mocking isn't even necessarily derogatory. I will mock sometimes to try to sound like the person, to imagine, to get into the character of the person, to be like, what is it like inside this person's head to say these things? It's actually a motivation behind my mocking sometimes.
I see. I got you.
Both
I'm just doing it
speakers,
because
therefore,
it's fun right now.
Yeah.
Lost points here. But Destiny's lighter tones softened some of the sharper exchanges, whereas Kissin's heavier delivery made confrontational moments feel more severe. Because of that difference in the elasticity, Destiny again edged.
Let me guess. Destiny's going to get a 6.4 and Constance's going to get a 7.8.
Is slightly ahead. Communication score, Destiny 6.4 out of 10, Kissin 5.3 out of 10. The fourth virtue is patience. The maxim here is ultimate patience, even in the face of
source here.
Well, he is. Pangburn debates. Didn't you see his maxims? Those aren't partisan, you know? I mean, no wonder why
this guy's just so full of shit right here. You can't claim that Destiny has virtue in being patient and relaxed.
As if we don't know who Destiny is.
Yeah, like, golly. I'm
Ideas.
fully in favor of admitting where people like on the left do something right or when they're correct, but this is just bullshit, bro.
That's why this is fun, because you're a much more you're less judgmental than I am off the rip. Okay, at this point I shoot from the hip. I go more intuition based. You require like, well, I need to see more in order to have, you know, more fully formed opinion, right? So that's why this is why I wanted to show you this.
I see that. Yeah, I see why you wanted to watch this. Yeah, this makes sense now.
Often fail because participants stop listening long before the conversation is finished. In this debate, both participants showed intellectual endurance. Neither walked away from difficult questions and both remained engaged throughout the discussion. Destiny did interrupt frequently, which limits the patience score somewhat.
Now, Destiny did frequently interrupt, which slightly impacts the patience score.
Just a little bit, bro. Don't you understand? Just a little bit. He's a great guy otherwise. Other than those a few times he, you know, really snapped and all the rest. He's such a great guy aside from that, man. Don't you get it?
Okay, except for maybe that one time. But here's the funny thing.
What's the funny thing? You just paused after you said that.
I know. I'm pulling it up right now because I you know, my editor brain, I get so much information in my head.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he just said that his patience score is going to go down due to Destiny's incessant interruptions.
Oh, it must be a great video. You liked the video, I see.
No, I didn't.
You did. You did.
I do that. That's how I find it later on.
I know. I get you. I'm messing with you. Yeah.
You don't remember this whole topic started.
So, and now Constantine is complaining yet again that if you stop interrupting me, but so far there has been more interruptions on his side.
So he later on, once he saw all the feedback, then made up that Constantine was interrupting Destiny more. So, but you know what? What's maxim number one? Can't be certain, right? You probably change his mind all the time because how certain can he be about something? He was only there, then saw everyone's feedback, then wanted to align with those people that like Destiny, and then starts, because then Andrew Wilson commented on this. And so there's a lot of post hoc rationalization. Can you believe the atheists post hoc rationalize a lot of things?
I find it funny that you say that as if you're not an atheist, but true.
Oh, this makes me really hate atheists.
However,
you're like what's it called? I feel like you're doing a little bit of the, how do I put it? You feel like a token black person for atheists.
Oh, I'm a Christian pick-me at this point, specifically an ortho pick-me at this point.
I was thinking pick-me, but I didn't want to sound like I didn't want to come across the wrong way, but it is like that. It's fun. We accept you though. Don't worry. We do pick you now.
They let me know. Well, this is the thing, is that like I'm finding more right-wing atheists. You have like right-leaning atheists in your community, and they must be like, dude, I am not these atheists. There's no home for right-wing atheists. You know, it's too much of just immediately believe in Christ, and it's like you can't just do that, especially your entire life.
Well, there's always a home for the atheists. You guys are more than welcome to hang out and be a group at the church. Come Come
Right.
to the church. That could be your group.
A lot of us feel like we're going to be set on fire if we go into a church. Okay. But Sunday Matt, $10. Thank you. I
Hey,
call and
what's up,
raise
Sunday Matt?
5
He's
minutes.
always so incredibly generous. Very generous kind guy.
Very much appreciated. We got a
Member.
If you
We
are
love our
critical,
members.
if he's critical of black people, he's going to like the last few videos behind the paywall. Malke, 20 of currency I refuse to learn. Hello, 1 to 10. How racist are you? I'm an 11. Well, that breaks the scale. But you know what? I was certain that the scale was 1 to 10, and you were uncertain, and that's actually 11. So
We hate
maximum number one
racism
achieved.
here. Actually, we hate racism here. It's so bad. We're gonna go on. What's the lowest? It would be a number 1. Not racist
Oh,
at all.
-1.
A negative 1, in
You already
fact.
went over 10. Surely we can go below 1.
He actually, that guy, absorbed all the racism for us. What a beautiful soul.
What a pal.
Bless that guy.
To the chickens, $5. Hey, my mind is in the future, and the now is behind. Could you restart 2 hours from now? We're getting meta with the fellas, okay?
We
Meta
are.
fellas. Serandus Poo, $5. My car is in the shop until Monday, and I'll miss work because of it. It was probably the Belgians somehow. They're on to me. I bet Destiny is a Belgian. Wow, you never know what you're going to get with these fellas. Thank you. Sunday Math, $5.
I don't even understand that one.
Me
Hey,
neither.
Sunday again. Smile Max in real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This guy shines those pearly whites. You can tell he plays the acoustic guitar at a party and dishes his friends to draw the women in. He's that kind of vibe, you know. Soul the Lich for 100 of something like that. I just can't learn. Good evening to all the Gentiles and bigots. Pangburn looks to me like a younger Jack Murphy. And
Bro,
all
I
his
think
praise
that's-
of
I
hold
think
on.
that's
All of his praise of
Argentinian.
Destiny makes me think he considers the chair in the corner a site of worship.
Wait, ARS, bro. I've seen so much of that before. Wait, I gotta just see
Yeah.
where it's
You can
from.
look it up. Look it up while I'm pumping through these.
Yeah.
Theodore, the Yoder, $2. Thank you. Like the Stream Fellows. Very good advice. Very sound advice. Bill Clinton
Argentinian.
$2.
It's Argentinian.
Well,
Bro, there's so many Argentinians
I'm gonna
that
keep
watch
forgetting
this.
it.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton Skinsuit, $2. This guy's feng shui is not in order. Couldn't agree more. New GM, $10. His feng shui. You know what feng shui is?
No.
It's
What?
like a Chinese fashion vibe, a feng shui of a room. It's like an energy. The new
Bro,
GM.
He looks like
$10.
he's trying to mog in this screenshot where you've paused.
I mean,
he looks like
constantly.
he's trying to mog. Trying, I say trying.
Right. New GM, $10. Thank you. There is a problem with this virtue scales thing. If you set a rubric, you establish a meta, even if the meta is undiscovered yet. Continue to next chat. Thank you. New GM, another $10. Thank you so much. Eventually, the meta will be solved, and the arguments will stagnate, giving the impression of certainty. So virtue scale gets a 0 on Valve. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe you're so quickly and easily able to use his own rules against them. It's incredible. Quagmire for $20, mate.
Quagmire.
There's no other way to say this. So far, it looks like we in fact have a Chad in the chat.
Now the Chad does what the Chad wants, and no one is stopping him because Chad does what Chad wants.
Thank you very much. Hey, fellers, I only started watching your channel a few months ago. Do you mind restarting your channel from the beginning so I can be here for it live, please? Thanks, man. Not a problem. We all know how equipped I am at time traveling when I can't even read. Bear in the Woods for $5. Pangburn, I award Destiny 20 social points for his intelligent tactic of focus energy maxing by downing a handful of Adderall before the debate. Very secret maneuver. I support it. Mara Magnus, member for 3 months. It's always awesome to see the boys hanging out. Love both y'all's body of work. Peace. Thank you so much.
Epic,
Very
I
much
appreciate you,
it.
man.
I'm
happy you're enjoying the stream. I hope you enjoy the stream.
I'll have to pick the rest of those up in just a moment.
Oh, wait.
Remained relative.
yeah,
to-
I hate this. I forgot to get a bottle of water and my mouth is drying
Hey,
up.
I'm just going to play it. It's fine.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Flexible and conversational. Kissen demonstrated strong argumentative persistence, but also showed more visible frustration during moments of interruption. That difference in emotional elasticity leads to a small advantage for Destiny. Patience score. Destiny, 6.5 out of 10. Kissen, 6 out of 10. The
Having
fifth
to
virtue-
deal with it. You're going to notice a theme, fellas, where Destiny gets to act however he wants and any reaction that Constantine has. It's going to be like Scientology. He's not allowed to have any reaction.
is lightheartedness. The maxim here is refine and express your sense of humor. This virtue is often misunderstood. Lightheartedness does not mean ignoring serious problems. It means maintaining enough emotional flexibility that conversation does not turn into tribal warfare. Humor and playfulness reduce social tension and make it easier for people to examine ideas without feeling personally threatened. Destiny's conversational style includes a fair amount of casual humor and relaxed
humor, not ridicule, not antagonization.
Delivery. Kissin's tone throughout the debate was noticeably more serious and emotionally heavy. There were moments of dry humor, but the overall posture conveyed concern and gravity. Because lightheartedness helps keep intellectual exploration open rather than defensive, Destiny again receives the higher score here. Lightheartedness score. Destiny 6.3 out of 10, Kissin 5.2 out of 10. The final.
I mean, how lighthearted can Constantine Kissin be when he's talking about millions of mass migration at the border and Muslim grooming gangs, in which Destiny goes, that was like in the 80s. And then Constantine goes, no, it's still happening now. And Destiny goes, all right. I thought he was actually pretty patient and lighthearted considering how antagonistic Destiny was. So we'll get to that.
I mean, maybe it's easier to be, I think actually he's right here. It's easier to be lighthearted when you're antagonizing a person rather than being the antagonized.
Well, exactly. Constantine's going to be criticized for his reaction, and Destiny's not going to be criticized for his antagonization, oddly enough.
Maybe antagonizing people is a virtue.
Yeah, that's well-being, right? It's good for someone to have thick skin, and doing that in a lighthearted way maximizes well-being in combination with being uncertain. And then, you know, this is the guy at a party that you have to cover your drink around, in my opinion.
The maxim here is let art and science inspire. This virtue measures whether a speaker appears genuinely motivated by curiosity and discovery rather than purely by rhetorical victory. Destiny demonstrated a strong procedural curiosity throughout the discussion. He appeared motivated by refining definitions and clarifying logical structures. Kissin also engaged with empirical material. He cited demographic statistics and economic data. However, his use of evidence seemed more instrumental, meaning the data supported a narrative that was already largely formed.
Yeah, Destiny's not pushing a narrative when he's having this debate at all, right? That is very much on the side of Constantine Kissin. They're not both doing that. In a debate, only one side's really pushing a narrative. I mean, typically in a debate, you're pushing a narrative and you're supplying evidence to validate your claim, right?
Destiny appeared slightly more driven by the process of intellectual discovery itself. Because of that difference, he again scores slightly higher. Inspiration score, Destiny 7 out of 10, Kissin 6.6 out of 10. Final scores. When we combine the 6 virtues, we arrive at the overall Pangburn virtue scores for this debate. Destiny's overall...
Wow. And that's embarrassing to lose to that, right?
Okay, 6.9.
Nice. So now we're going to carry those forward. I'm going to make sure I have these virtues handy right here. Okay.
I love living up to these virtues. So great. They're so much easier to live up to than anything like Christians actually ask for.
Yeah, these are very malleable.
Just be funny. Just be funny.
So now this is what I see and hear when he speaks in this opening.
Welcome to Pangburn. Are we ready to go?
He's hyping up the octagon right there.
Right. Pangburn stage here tonight is what I always want to see, and that's good faith, helpful discourse. The Pangburn maxim, the communication maxim, is that good faith and helpfulness are the minimum requirements for a fruitful dialectic. That's what we want to see.
Can I say something that just...
I hope this conversation...
Yeah.
He reminds me of the type of woman who says, like, hey, just open up to me. And then the moment you open up, he stabs you.
Or he just doesn't care.
Well, it's manipulative. It feels manipulative, right? Constantly, like, if somebody's always talking about being good faith, but then, like, they're clearly that biased and, you know, skewed with these types of things, can't, like, you know, what's it called? Say anything good about Constantine with these types of things. Well, like it feels like that, doesn't it?
Well,
you get what I mean?
Well, do you understand what I mean by grooming in that capacity then? Trying to kind of lure something out of you, lull you into a false sense of security where you're going to be held to these standards while Destiny, the interlocutor, will be held to none of them.
Ooh, true.
It's kind of wearing you down a little bit. To be like, hey man, I'm just trying to be a good guy, and you know, Destiny could, I don't know, rape a dog on the side of the street, and he goes, well, hold on, let's run it through my system before we decide how to feel about it.
Well, you have to understand Destiny's worldview as a furry.
Yeah, right, yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to really hone in on.
And tonight, when it's shared with the world, will maximize well-being for humanity in one way or another. So, in saying that, please welcome to the stage Konstantin Kisin and Destiny.
Yeah, well-being.
This is the happiest Constantine will
I guess
ever
I'll- yeah.
be.
Yep.
I'll kind of take the reins on this. I feel like when I hear people talk about things related to open borders, mass migration, or national identity, there's kind of two questions that always pop up in my mind, and I never hear people actually kind of tack down what they mean when they say these things. So the first thing is, for national identity, I don't know as much about the various identities that exist in the UK, but I know for the United States, to try to find an overlap between identity from a gay guy in San Francisco versus like a farmer in Iowa or something, there's not many commonalities there to speak of when you talk about national identity, especially when I'm thinking of it in the context of what type of immigrant would threaten that whatever unified identity, whatever those two things are. So I'm kind of curious.
Well, so I mean, this is becoming the argument on the right wing, where it's like, paperwork Americans, right?
Yeah, I like how he opens up by saying, "Hey, I don't really know much about your culture or your identity, but I'm still going to tell you all of the facts and how you're wrong about everything when it concerns your own identity. I don't know much about this, but I'm right and you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why."
We like Destiny because he used to argue against the leftists that would do that. That's why we liked Destiny.
It's so tragic.
But now he's doing that. Look at how cockeyed his jaw is right now. I'm sorry, continue.
It's just like, I used to believe that Destiny actually believed the things he said.
Mhm.
That's the thing. And you could, at least for me, I could listen to Destiny and think, okay, I don't believe he is correct, but I believe that this is a strong left-wing position, maybe one of the strongest positions on the left I can find, and I can scrutinize that and pick it apart, try and figure out what's going on. Now I think, okay, not only is he incorrect, but does he even believe what he's saying?
He's malicious. Well, this is why I'm saying that he's a degen with his lifestyle, polyamorous. That you can't be on the right wing with that lifestyle. So he's a sex and drugs hedonist, and there's no room for him on the right wing.
Yeah,
and the mask has like fully fallen on that.
Yeah.
I guess when I think about national identity, when I think about being threatened by people, my first question is, what is the national identity that we're trying to protect for the United States or for the United Kingdom? And then when we talk about like migration or mass migration, what do we mean exactly when we say that?
What do you think it means? What do you think mass migration means? Dude, it's Woe's Law the entire time. It's just acting like he doesn't know what words mean the entire time. And it's funny because that's broken into the normie sphere so much where Constantine actually essentially says that.
Well, here's my thing, Mike. This is where I forget, like, did Destiny go first or did Constantine go first? Because
Destiny's going first right now. Destiny keeps going first.
Okay, then I can't be as charitable with that, because I was gonna say Constantine, like, I agree with him, but I don't know if I should be talking about it because we haven't gone over that part yet. But Destiny, I was willing to be a bit more charitable with him, which was you could actually go into the definitions, figure out exactly what you mean by these things. Like, hey, what exactly, do you mean by mass migration, and which is good or bad? Because here's the thing, I thought he was going about it like more of an Andrew Wilson style, which was, hey, why do I have to even accept that what you call evil is in fact broad or bad? What if everything the right just believes about immigration is simply a preference? Maybe that mindset, but like
he's acting curious instead of being curious.
Well, the way I view it is more, what if Destiny just believes that, hey, we have a lot of immigration migration, but what if I just disagree with the idea that it's wrong? Because that's essentially what Andrew Wilson did. I thought for the most part in the beginning, he was trying to pull an Andrew Wilson, which was just go at the fundamental foundation of what the claims are instead of engaging with it head on.
I was certain he was just being a piece of shit the entire time as soon as I watched it. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. Here's how I would explain this to you.
Mm-hmm.
People that I like, I'm charitable to. People that I'm neutral on, I'm fair to. And people that I don't like, I'm uncharitable to. That's how I would explain to you where I'm at right now.
I gotcha.
And the people that I don't like and I'm uncharitable to them is because I know I should not be charitable to them, which is why I don't like them. I'm actually forced to be uncharitable to them because of how often they lie. And even if I admitted they were right the 5% of the time, well, what would that even do in actuality when they're going to be lying 2 seconds later?
Well, you run into, I mean, a lot of that's correct, and I agree with it. But that is fundamentally what Destiny believes, and how he justifies actively lying. Like, you do know that he says that, though, right?
That he says, yeah.
So there was a debate with him and the blonde hair guy who calls himself like a radical centrist. Was it June?
PF Young.
Yeah, PF Young. So he was having a discussion with PF Young, and he said, it's in fact good. It leads to an end result that's good if you do not concede any sort of ground that is objectively true if you believe that they're going to act in bad faith and not acknowledge anything on your own side. And that's how he flat out justifies actively lying in bad faith. I think it would be
Right.
good to not believe the things he says and say, hey, he is acting in bad faith and we can't trust it. But I think it would be best for us still to try and actually properly discern whether it is factual or not, the things he is saying with those types of things. I don't know. I'm getting a little lost because I'm trying to piece it together on the fly.
Yeah.
But I'm very much against the mentality of him lying doesn't justify us lying in return, because
Yeah,
that's how
hey.
we got at Destiny.
I will change character. I'm gonna be good faith to Destiny. Okay. I'm going. I can do it. I have the capacity to do it. It's not an issue of it's an issue of choice. So I mean, let me just show you what I'm talking about.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So there's two
expect-
questions. What is national identity and what is immigration? Why don't we start in reverse and talk about immigration? Take Britain as an example, right? So I've lived in this country. I came to Britain from, it was just about Russia. Prior to that, it was the Soviet Union in 1996. So let's go back to 1991, because that's
if you don't mind, I'm just gonna kind of go forward because Constantine sets up. Do you want to watch this part, or can I?
Honestly, not as much, because it does feel like a bit of you know, he makes really good points, but it feels like more of just a he's preaching to the choir rather than making.
Not there, but to people watching, sure.
True.
Talking about
I forgot about that. The choir is not part of the choir. Is not his there.
Right. So I mean, just to recap what Constantine's going to say, he's going to describe how like the culture is shifting. I mean, how do you explain? It's like explaining it to a kindergartner, though. I mean, we understand that mass migration is happening. The fact that you even have to explain it, it's kind of ridiculous. And he's explaining how that's not a good thing.
Sure. So I guess the thing that is a little bit strange to me about the immigration question is that sometimes I'll hear a bunch of descriptions laid out and I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do with them. There's oftentimes a lack of a prescriptive statement. It seems like there's a little bit of fear of committing to any particular idea about what an ideal immigrant would look like. And then it just...
Now, to be good faith, especially him talking to Constantine, like, well, you're an immigrant and, you know, to the West, so to speak. And so, like, what is a cultural identity to you? And are you even included in that cultural identity? So if I was Destiny, I would say I'm kind of hazy on what you're necessarily advocating for. Now, I don't know how to be good faith with you would have to concede that too many immigrants are entering the West, or specifically they're in London. So in London, for example, I don't know how to be good faith there, but so far I would be able to understand what Destiny is saying at this point.
Yeah, it gets into bullshit though later when he flat out doesn't like. I was thinking while I was listening to the debate how he's saying, how could the culture be the same but change? And I was thinking literally before they say, like a person, how you have the same person but they change. And then I heard them say, it's like, exactly, that's the exact example I was thinking of.
You lose brain cells listening to
it.
And
the fact that Destiny, I know he understood it. It's so obvious. He literally understands it. He just simply he refused to engage with it. He's just being bad faith in his liar. And then I instantly was like, okay, Destiny's just being such a piece of shit here. And then like everything went out of the window from there. Oh,
Feels like
somebody
we're
mentioned
sometimes-
Asher Logos. He's really good. He's really good. Asher Logos. He does a lot of historical videos on, what was it called? The I forget. The Indo-Europeans. Very interesting guy.
also lumping a ton of immigrants together. So for instance, when we say there have been so many more immigrants that have come here in the past 30, 35 years, but then we also mention like illegal immigrants or asylum seekers, these are all different groups of people. So I don't know
I
why.
separated them out. I talked about legal immigration and illegal immigration, right?
So he's clarifying. He's not even interrupting. He's interjecting to say, well, I already clarified those. So Destiny will have its interlocutor have to relitigate everything they're saying. And so this has already been addressed. And Destiny doesn't understand how there's legal immigrants and illegal immigrants. I'm going to try and be good faith right now to try to understand what Destiny doesn't understand when he says this. Are you ready?
I understand. So the prompt has to do with basically can a countries, culture, whatever survive mass migration. Illegal immigrants are not mass migrating here. The mass migration.
They are. So I just told you more illegal immigrants come here every year now than legal immigrants came here 30 years ago.
I understand that, but if you look
they
at
are mass migrating.
So then are the legal ones mass migrating, or
are the legal ones mass migrating? Oh boy. See,
now that I'm listening back to it, I'm actually his question in itself is just now confusing me.
Well, this is this is why I just go to blind seething hatred. Because now I'm like, right now I'm mad that I'm even trying to think of justifying his retarded statement. It's like, it really feels like a waste of brain power. Are they mass migrating?
I don't know. Maybe, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe I'm still, I still want to, like, there's a part of me left inside that still wants to root for Destiny a little bit. Even though he's totally, he's gone. He's just not the same person anymore.
Hey,
it's so sad.
I'll be here to give you a hug every time.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Okay? I appreciate the emotional support. It's really, these are difficult times for us, man. It's so hard.
What is just
the legal immigrants are also mass migrating. It's possible for them both,
but it's
to be
like 10 to 1, right? So so comparing the two is, it seems like we're talking about different kinds of. We're probably talking about different kinds of immigrants. When we talk about legal versus illegal.
We're talking about both. Yeah.
Well, no.
I'm talking about both.
We're talking about both. No. Okay, well, I'm talking about both. He won't let Konstantin have a position.
Well, don't you get it? You're not letting me misrepresent your argument. So what's going on with that? Why won't you let me misrepresent you?
Yeah.
You don't see any difference between a legal immigrant versus an illegal immigrant?
Well, of course I do.
Okay.
But they are both mass migrating here.
And then he asks Konstantin, he's like, well, you don't see a difference between legal and illegal immigration? Well, of course I do. But you see, that was another question that Destiny asked. So now we are setting the tone that Destiny is repeatedly asking completely irrelevant and, I mean, borderline condescending questions. To ask him the difference between, so you think they're the same thing? No. Mass migration can be legal and illegal.
True.
I'm against all,
I do get
I'm
that,
against all illegal immigration, and we need to reduce legal immigration. And we can't even get there in the conversation ever.
I see. I didn't even pick up on that. No, that's true.
Okay.
They're both coming here in unprecedented numbers.
Everything definitionally is unprecedented as you move forward in years. We have an unprecedented amount of technology.
Now, I take great issue with this, okay? I've been saying that the definition of a word is its application in society, okay? So normally, like, for example, are you familiar with the Guinness Book of World Records?
Yep.
Do we call it the Guinness Book of Unprecedented? Do we call all of those things unprecedented?
No.
In common parlance, right. We typically use unprecedented as a reason to reflect upon something. That's unprecedented. Is it good or bad? I don't know, but we need to stop and think about it because that's unprecedented. That hasn't happened before. Something being unprecedented is usually the precursor to a conversation. It's not just, you don't just say something's unprecedented in common parlance if it hasn't happened before. You usually say, well, that hasn't happened before. Usually when we say unprecedented, it's meant to say, wait a minute, we need to either not do it or talk about what we're doing here.
I see.
That's typically how unprecedented is used. But now we get into the definition game. Sitch's Law. You ever watch Adam and Sitch?
Nope.
Okay. Sitch's Law is, it becomes a debate about definitions, right? And this is what Konstantin is trying to get away from, because then we're just going to talk about what is unprecedented, which is what happens here. And then, of course, the comments are littered with everybody making fun of Konstantin.
Yeah, I do remember that because I was mowing the lawn while listening to this. He 100% really does use this to detract and talk about irrelevant bullshit. Like, what are we talking about here? How does this have anything to do with mass migration? What's going on with that?
But it's technically true when you look up the definition of unprecedented. It technically does mean that, but that's not typically how it's used. So that's my clarification there.
Unprecedented amount of energy generation, and unprecedented amount of.
I think you might be confused about the meaning of the word unprecedented.
Unprecedented is, and it hasn't happened at that level before. Yeah.
Right. So if we have immigration of 20,000 people a year, that wouldn't be unprecedented because we had that before.
Yeah, but the population is growing of the country. The population of the rest of the planet is growing. The economy is growing. There's a whole bunch of other factors at play. It's not like all else equal. There's
I really love how he nails the all lives matter on this. Just like a very specific. You know, they were against all lives matter during Black Lives Matter, but then in every conversation, it's like, well, hey man, there's problems everywhere. Come on, world's population's growing in the whole world all the time. Well, we're trying to talk about this one specific issue.
Don't you want to just talk about all of the people? Like, no, yeah, it's just I really do hate all of these slogans so much. All of these random slogans. It really does show that you can tell if a person's being good faith or not because they'll take it when it comes to their own slogan, it'll be like I don't know if I can even say on YouTube, you know, some of their vile slogans on how it's like perfectly acceptable.
All cops are bastards.
Say what?
All cops are bastards.
Yeah, or like how you need to attack all men, they say. Different things like that. You know, go after them. They'll have an extremely charitable interpretation of what it means based off of like look, Chud. Yeah, look, Chud, don't you know when feminists say that all men are bad or all men are evil or that you need to attack all men, it's a deeper meaning and you have to look into it. But you don't understand it. But when it comes to people when they say white lives matter, for example, well, don't you know, Chud? It's actually a very subversive, evil thing to take at face value at the end of the day because of where it comes from and the origins and all the rest. It's all totally backwards. They'll justify the most heinous things while finding any sort of way for you even to condemn basic things like, hey, white people matter. Oh, that's too radical. That's too evil.
Well,
that's too insane.
In this neck of the woods, when you say, don't you know, Chud, we just go, don't you know, Goy. That's the only where do the leftists get it from? And that's essentially like, you know, we cover it a lot, but it's like their words. And I mean, I realized this maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago, where I was like, okay, you people pride yourselves on being scientific and so much smarter than the right. How are these the slogans you're getting behind? Like Black Lives Matter. And then you can't say all lives matter. And then abolish the police. Well,
exactly.
The police. It's like, okay, if you're so smart, how is your sloganeering? Oh, it's intentionally extreme.
And
it's
then,
intentionally radical. Oh, there's a history of them radicalizing people in this country, and that's
that's a perfect example because if you say I don't support Black Lives Matter or like it, they'll say, well, that's horrible if you don't think that Black people's lives matter. No, you'll literally get like the more moderate normie conservatives. They'll say, no, I support it as a movement, but I just don't like the organizations and what's going on. I agree with. Wait, no, they won't say I support it as a movement. They'll say I support the slogan, but I don't support the movement and what they're doing.
Yes.
But when it comes to saying, quote unquote, white lives matter or all lives matter, yes, they will say, you couldn't turn it back on them and say, well, you're saying that all lives don't matter, that only some do, or that white people's lives don't matter? No, not at all. We're just saying, if you look deeper into it, it comes from a very bad place. They have a double standard there, and it's just absolutely insane. It's incredibly dishonest.
Well, this is how they take advantage of liberals. Liberals have a universal meaning of language, and then they go to engage in that, and then you start to realize, like, oh, wait a minute, these people understand that they mean something different than what we mean, and they're not saying it. It's very subversive to use language that way, where it's not universal. The word racist isn't universal.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's what's but that's so sneaky and subversive where people have trouble like articulating. They can feel something's wrong, but they don't know how to articulate it. And that's why I feel like people enjoy our content.
Yeah.
Because we kind of break down the concept of what's happening, right?
Yeah, we try and give an explanation to it. Though here's one random thing. You can do whatever you want. I don't use the word goy as much because we were talking about this earlier. I don't know if we can talk too much about like the conversation we had off camera,
You can say
but
whatever.
the words that you use that would be picked up by the algorithm, who
Mhm.
is to say that goy, especially given if you look it up right now, they say it's quote unquote anti-Semitic,
Mhm.
isn't going to be one of those things that gets picked up by the AI later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just
easily.
thinking about that. It's just that's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, I mean, the rate right now it's just looked at as like a, but I mean that describes a non-moo. I mean, I don't. Right now it's looked at as kind of like a swear or a swear.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I just know that the transcript bleeps it out like it's a swear. But
Maybe I should say anti moo. I don't know.
yeah,
Can I even say that? I didn't know if I messed up right there when I
Gentile. You could do Gentile. You know, that might have less of a sting to it.
I mean, maybe I'm not getting across the right information. Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
10 million people have shown up. Like there's other factors at play at all points in time as well. So
Yes,
it's a bit
but
reductive to say like, well, we have an unprecedented wave of whatever. There's unprecedented things happening definitionally every year forward into the future we go.
No, that's
Yes.
not true.
What's the thing that's been frozen in time?
I just explained it to you.
Yes, you laid out a bunch of numbers and I just explained why
No,
they're
no,
context.
Now he's shifting the goalpost. Now we're going from unprecedented to now something frozen in time. So now we're going from something being unprecedented to just something changing. See how we said frozen in time?
Hmm.
So now he's changed the argument very quickly from unprecedented, which usually has gravity to it, and now things change is now Destiny's argument without the consent of his interlocutor.
Hmm.
So listen, and meaningless. But now I'm asking, what is the thing that's unprecedented?
Look-
or I'm sorry, what would be a thing that is not changing in the past 30 years? Like if you had to look at something.
One of the most amazing things of arguing with anybody from your position is the extent to which they refuse to understand what words mean. I just explained to you repeatedly what unprecedented means. It means that it hasn't happened before. There have been times in the history of this country when its immigration was in the tens of thousands, and for us to go back to that would not be going forward to something unprecedented. It would be returning to something that we used to do.
Sure.
Right?
My question
and so
is,
what has happened in the last 30
understand what's
years
happened. You've explained it
is
several times.
unprecedented.
Is there anything
Oh my
in
goodness.
US culture, in British culture that has remained the same for the past 30, 40, 50, 60 years?
But
What would that prove, though?
because you see, because he changed the argument. So Constantine is thinking of unprecedented, large number, never happened before, not good. Destiny is changing it to it's changed. It's in any way different. And that's how they're getting hung up on this right now. And that's very dishonest.
Yeah, but it's like if he gave an example or couldn't give an example of something that has never changed or whatever, where are you going with that? What does it even prove? What?
He's trying to bring it into the weeds. He's waiting for another rhetorical move to then make a clip out of, which is exactly what he's been doing.
Bruh.
The past 100 years that doesn't have an unprecedented thing happening.
Absolutely.
Constantly.
I mean, that is what a culture is. It is what is preserved over time.
How?
A culture.
Could he be trying to not understand something even more?
A culture
Look at
is.
this
It is
face.
what is preserved
Hold on.
Yeah.
over time.
Let's slow this down as much as we can. Look at how fake indignant this is. Look at him trying to not get it.
How?
It's culture over time. Like
He looks like a woman trying to like give a weird face.
oh, this
you
is
know?
like the trans argument. This is I mean, how did you feel trying to explain why a man can't get pregnant, for 2 or 3 years when the trans thing was going crazy?
A culture.
What is a chair? You ever have that debate?
No, but like, I mean, I would always debate it from a different perspective because I've looked at a lot of the science that they claim supports their arguments, and it's literally just lies, a lot of it, and selectively choosing to present information without the full context of it. Like they'll bring up the brains and they'll say, look at the people who claim to be trans. They have different neural pathways compared to they have, like, you have a trans woman. The trans woman has the same neural pathway as a biological female. And they'll say, look at that. That's evidence that they feel something different and that they are that sex. Okay, let's take that argument. What about women, biological females who have the same neural pathway as a man, a biological male that doesn't identify as a woman, because I mean that doesn't identify as a man. There's so many of them, and there are a plethora of that. They fully ignore that, and they don't ever acknowledge like how there's so much more information that doesn't point in the direction that they want, and it's just literally lies.
Well,
And
yeah,
that's
well,
the perspective I go at.
Well, right. And they refuse to make it. They're intentionally being obtuse, and they enjoy that they're denying a reality. They're queering reality. They like being the opposite of normal. It's a negative identity for them.
Yeah, it's literally they're purposely trying to destroy language, I believe, because
Yes.
they could frame this and word it in a much more rational sounding way that there is a little bit of truth. Like they'll say, hey, gender is a social construct. What do you mean by that? How men and women act and are seen throughout different societies. There's actually a little bit of truth to that, but you wouldn't say gender. You would say, hey, gender roles, or like just different cultural norms, different things like that. There's truth to that, but you're not going to get rational traditional people to say that a man in one culture is not a man in another culture. Like you're the opposite gender or anything.
Well,
like that.
what if they find one minuscule tiny example? Then that But technically, they prioritize possibilities over plausibilities. They don't think about what's plausible. They think about what's possible.
Bro,
hold on.
True.
Hold on.
True.
Hold on.
I've had that.
Hold on, real quick.
Sure.
Bill Clinton skin suit, $5. Destiny had all his humors in balance, while Constant had way too much yellow bile. Interesting. Academics Legend, $5. Already assume the relaxed analytical posture. When he goes, here's my RPG stat system that I use to power scale people IRL. That's his smartness virtue. Deadpool Kid, DBK, $5. Guys, okay. Destiny's just being sarcastic. He's a well-meaning guy, not ill intent whatsoever. By the way, did you hear about those recordings?
Wait, what recordings?
I
saw this
podcast, $2. Remnant, what do you use to edit?
DaVinci Resolve. I saw that guy in the thing before. I answered it when I saw that one. Hopefully
cool.
he's still here and he was able to see it. I hope so.
He is friend of the channel.
Hey, that's good.
Tacit Tempo, $5. Thank you. Every time he says Destiny's name, he gets allocated another inch in recompense. Yeah, he gets it. It's a game of inches. DPK, $2. Stephanie is by definition subhuman. Well, I can't believe you would say that in front of Remnant. This well-mannered boy over here. Okay, he would never think of someone that way. Sure, he'll say the N-word, but he'll say golly also.
You're one of the good ones. You're one of the good non-Christians.
I always talk down to me like that. I think it's hilarious.
Okay,
Sunday, $2. Oh, that's him saying. I thought that was you saying that.
No, that's him saying it. You're one of the good ones.
I didn't see that. I thought that was you saying that. No. I'm trying to go at the speed of light right now. Well, okay. 50 of something. I don't appreciate you don't know my Monopoly money. It's Swedish krona. I know. It's said every time, and my American brain can't remember it. King Spectre, $5. Broke my fast with lasagna. What has been your favorite?
What type of wait? Look at that profile picture. What type of fast was he having?
Not a fast from coins. Not a fast from coins. I'll tell you that much.
Bro, I had to point out the profile picture with the. No, it's not about like. It's just the hat. It's just the hat. I couldn't help but notice the hat. Yeah. We gotta, bro. We have to bring that up. Just gotta say. He wants.
It's right there. It's staring at you.
He made a donation with that profile picture. He wants us to talk about the hats.
Well, I mean, that was made. He changed his profile picture on stream. The last Artie and Fist. That is from a screen cap of something we were showing on screen. King Spectre likes to really carry forward previous streams. He's almost like a tome, so to speak, with his profile pictures. My favorite fast, dude, it's the same. It's cheese, it's cheesy pasta, it's pizza, it's a sub, it's bread and cheese. It's bread and cheese. It's all you miss when you don't have it. Corn-fed Cody, $5. This guy rating the leaflet drama too. Oh boy!
Oh boy! Bruh, it's just I don't know if I Bro, I want to talk about that stuff more. I'm not gonna like
We
derail.
can
and
do
talk
that
about
on
it.
your channel because I don't know a lot about it.
Well,
Actually.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I said before I'm not going to talk about it anymore because some people weren't liking it. But then I'm learning more and more stuff, and I do want to talk about
But
it
we can
again.
reverse roles where I don't know anything about that. So almost like how you don't know too much about Travis Pangburn right now, right?
True.
I would genuinely not know anything at all whatsoever. And so that actually wouldn't be bad for me to go on your stream. However, new GM $5. This is the dude that ran a Ponzi scheme by promising to pay speakers with money for ticket sales and hadn't happened yet. Yep, this is him. He did that in 2018. He screwed over Sam Harris, and Sam Harris wrote a whole thing about it. He has a long history of that, and he's emerged from the oceans like a kraken,
Wow.
waiting to destroy logic itself. Bajorn, member for 3 months, thank you. Getting here 45 minutes late. Please be sure to wrap up the stream in about 45 minutes. I like to listen at 2x speed and don't want to catch up with you. Casting me aside on my own stream. How dare you? A rat named Mouse, $5. Oh man, another morally bankrupt, self-important, pseudo-intellectual teaching me what is and isn't virtuous. My favorite. See, that's the kind of atheist that killed me. Some random poo, $5. I have severe ADHD and amnesia. Can you restart the stream every 5 minutes when I lose focus and forget what was going on? Absolutely. DPK, $5. Good faith debate. Falsify evidence against our opponents. Destiny. Well, that's how they use good faith, bad faith. Second MX Legend, $5. It's that sense of childlike play which allows Destiny to intellectually explore grapes in a lighthearted way and thusly more familiar with the topic. Very childlike.
Rhetorically defective. Do you want to go into the philosophy of grape?
Well, we want to be good faith. We want to be
deep.
good faith, don't we? We don't want to be bad faith.
No, yeah, I'm trying to be good faith on part of the grape. The grapists. Come on, don't you understand their perspective?
Yeah,
but
that's what
truth
that's
is
what this
subjective.
leads.
It's all perspective at the end of the day. Don't you think about the grapists?
Tasta Tempo, $5. Thank you. I don't like Destiny or his fans because he isn't forward with his actual beliefs. Yes, they're all putting up a safe persona, but are way more radical in reality. That is why I make this content, and I really appreciate you making that observation. Malake, 50 of something that I'm never going to remember, but I still like you. Destiny is a degen pilled beta, and Constantine is an NPC pilled beta. They both have Coruscant Spike, and I don't like them. I definitely understand that fully. New GM, $2. Most lives matter. That's something we can all get behind.
Actually, bro, here's a hot take. I hate the term, what's it called? Being, quote unquote, pro-life, because I am very much in favor of supporting the life of a child inside of the womb. I just don't think like, hey, I'm not going to advocate for the life of a rapist. I'm not going to advocate for the life of a murderer, period.
Wow.
So it's like,
looks like I have a fucking hypocrite in my midst.
But like, here's the thing: the left always likes to say that. Oh, well, if you're in favor of all, you think that you're pro-life, but you're not. You're in favor of execution. How can you be pro-life? And I saw that. I was like, huh, he's actually got a point. Why do we call it pro-life? Like, bro, think about that. That's actually good, and that changed my perspective on it.
Excellent.
That's how I view it now.
Just so you know, what they're doing to you is Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. Okay. Obama actually pushed this book out as well. Now, what they're doing to you...
Wait, I do got a quick question. I remember you saying that before.
Yes.
Where exactly did Obama push this? I'm curious.
I made it in a video. He pushed it through his curriculum, and it was covered on Glenn Beck, and they actually showed the passage, and they were trying to create activists. And this is in like 2010, maybe?
I'd love... Okay, bro, please link that to me in like DMs. I'd love to see that. That's so interesting. Ginger supremacy. I love gingers.
So ridicule is man's most potent weapon. This is what I try to use. What is it? Make the... Oh, there it is. Make the enemy live up to its own book of rules. Number 4. So this is whenever they're trying to make you seem like a hypocrite. That is directly that tactic.
But it just made me no longer identify as pro-life and just like, hey, I care about certain lives.
Well, you start to realize that capitalism, these words that we use, were created not by us, not by people on our team at a certain point. So that's why I'm very about readjusting language in a good faith way to be more descriptive and saying what we actually mean. However,
True.
Sunday math, $5. Have
Hey,
fun
Sunday
judging your
math's so
destiny.
generous.
This is my last shekel. I'm going to fix a boiler. Goodbye. Well, those boilers ain't gonna fix themselves, sonny boy. Jesus Christ. Dallas, $50. Dallas appears. So we have a new Chad in the chat.
And now the Chad does what the Chad wants, and no one is stopping him because Chad does what Chad wants.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Cheers to Retoken Effective and Remnant for the collab. Destiny crutches super hard on equivocation fallacy. Yeah, and every debate he's in. And it's infuriating to listen to. It's also why he hates debating Wilson, because Wilson locks down that BS. Yes, absolutely. It was great when they were miraculously paired up on Jubilee, by the way. I've never commented on that in public, but it was hilarious, where all of a sudden Destiny thought he was going to be talking to people that didn't know anything. And then Andrew Wilson.
Yeah, and then there was... Bruh, he probably gave them so much shit behind the background for all of that. Like, I can't believe you did that to me. You guys set me up.
All right. TBP, $20. Thank you so much. Aloha, folks. Destiny is single-handedly keeping the company that makes Adderall in business. He's so incredibly gacked out of his head during this debate. Almost done, fellas. Thank you very much. Gotta bounce. Modern Magus. Love the collab. God bless. Thank you so much.
I'm glad they're all enjoying the collab. It's really fun.
It's gonna be interesting to go on your stream too, because I'm gonna fanboy when I'm on your stream. Just so you know.
I do like this stream
Watch
too.
the little animations happen.
I feel like, what's it called? I feel like just a kid in the back seat or the back, and I don't have to think or work. I'm just here having a laugh. Like, I just do this with people offline. Now I can just do it with you, and people enjoy the show, bruh.
Absolutely, that's what's up. Isaac, $2. Only me matters. Dusty, save the West. His favorite colors are red and brown. He might be autistic.
I don't get what that means. The red and brown.
They're all racist. It's all racist things that I'm joking about.
I was like a little worried because
it's blood and soil. It's yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought it was something else. I thought it was something else really bad. that I see. I was worried for a sec that, like, wait, bread that looks a little bit like blood. Are they advocating for something really bad here? That was my thing. Like, I don't know about that one. That, I mean, if they're just making other references, I really don't.
He likes to super chat in digital hieroglyphics to make us guess what they are. But
I see.
ain't got time for that right now. Audacity69, $10. Thank you so much. If you're ever worried about Tiny hiding in your walls, turn on your phone's sound recorder and then stick it in your pocket and then listen for sucking sounds. That's what he did. He did do that. He recorded himself giving a blowy.
Oh.
Arden Party, $2. The Ginger Supremacy approves. Thank you very much. Best mod in the game. Fight me.
I feel so sorry for Destiny's son. I literally was listening to an interview.
That would be a great stream topic.
He literally talked about how, like, people at his school was showing that video to him to bully him. And, like, my heart broke when I heard
also want to talk about this publicly, but it's weird to talk about a young person like that.
It's
so it'll be that we should.
It's so sad. I genuinely wish him the best. It's depressing to hear all of those things about, Destiny's son. I feel so bad for him.
I know. And it's something that should be discussed, especially in terms of keeping children safe. Number one. That's number one. Number two, it's Destiny trying to act like he's on this moral high horse. So even outside, even if Destiny wasn't a sexual degenerate, just by virtue of his son, you can't work with Destiny, dude. That's a disqualifier of showing such low moral character. However, that's what we'll do. King Spectre, $5, bringing back the classic. See, there we go. He changed it. Great stream, fellas. Fantastic chemistry. Delightful hangout. Let's keep her going, fellas. Thank you so much, and let us continue.
Is what people do without having.
We're almost 14 minutes into the video. Okay. And I skipped a 5-minute chunk, so let me continue this.
Been told to do so by law.
But what is an example of a culture that is unchanging?
How much have you traveled around the world?
Probably more than you.
Probably not, actually.
Okay. So then you should be.
Okay, so right there, that right there. So how much have you traveled around the world? Probably more than you. Okay, so that's not maximizing flourishing. Okay, that's not engaging constructively. And then Destiny just gets to be wrong over and over and over again. So me, if he was wrong about something, I would harp on it because I'm trying to. I try to mirror a person. I try to mirror their bad faith. I sink down to their level. I know people say to not do that, but like Constantine right now is just going to get lit up because Destiny gets to be wrong 100% of the time. Oh no, I'm sorry, but the one time Destiny's not wrong, that's going to be a dunk for Destiny. So I mean, I guess it's asymmetrical warfare is the reason why I view it that way.
Did you see real quick?
Yeah.
Wait, are you an American or British? Because I'm pretty sure you're American, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, you are American. What am I saying? I feel
Because
so,
I'm the
I feel so retarded.
I'm
saying
as
that.
British as I can be since I'm from Boston.
We
are the original. We're the original mutts.
I'm not a huge Sargon Akkad fan because like
I am.
he seems I don't know. This is my take. You can feel free to correct me or disagree with me. He seems like more kind of like neocon, like kind of more. You know what I mean? What do you think about it?
He lives in a country where it's illegal to deny the holly, okay? So anyone that's over there has to couch their language in general, okay? He's also
maybe I judged it. Okay, maybe I judged him a little too harshly. Now that this is good. Why I like put it out there, like,
common.
hey,
It's
feel
common
free to
feedback,
correct
Carl.
me. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't take that into account. I watched Sargon Akkad's video on this though.
Okay, yeah.
And well, here's actually now I remember exactly what rubbed me the wrong way about Sargon Akkad before was a long time ago. His debate and discussion with Jared Taylor. I hated that. Like how he was. The fight with him went down. Like he was. I didn't like that. You know, so that's kind of rubbed me the wrong way ever since. But his response and actually going over this video, that was genuinely insightful because I thought for a second it was just maybe rhetoric he was using, like, oh, Destiny's a person in America talking about the British problems. How stupid can you be? I was like, okay, but you haven't shown that. I listened a little bit more. It's like, oh shoot, Sargon Akkad is absolutely right here. Like, oh man, they're actually spot on that.
Sargon has a long history with Destiny as well. It's gonna be so he is very accustomed to Destiny's tactics, especially. Destiny is now mask off. There's a lot of things that people were saying that Destiny is a certain way that I didn't notice 6 years ago. But now Destiny has completely ripped his mask off. And a lot of them are vindicated in what they've said about him.
Oh, people are saying Sargon's improved. That's good. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Able to very
Okay,
easily
I'll
answer
take your guys' word for it. I trust you guys.
Thanks, babe.
Example of a culture that exists.
Every time
What? I called you babe. We're going steady now. Okay, as content creators. Okay,
I feel a little uncomfortable here. I feel a little uncomfortable, guys.
I'm doing the Travis Pangburn thing where I'm going in for the kill. Okay.
I get you.
I try and answer your question. You keep talking over.
Well, it's because when you answer, you ramble and say irrelevant things. So my question
How
is,
can I ramble in half a sentence?
You've been saying plenty of sentences. Do you think the speaking time up to this point is even, or do you think you've spoken more than me?
I have spoken more than you, but I haven't
so then
interrupted
you've had an opportunity to speak. You're just not answering.
So now whenever Constantine responds, he's just rambling and saying irrelevant things, which that is exactly what Destiny is doing. It's one of their favorite tactics.
My question. So my question is very simple. What's a culture that you feel has been unchanged for the past 50 years? Or what is an example of cultural preservation? I feel like cultures are evolving all the time. It's definitionally a part of culture.
Of course, cultures are evolving all the time. But if you were to be plonked in 1970s Afghanistan and 1990s Afghanistan and 2010s Afghanistan and 1950s Britain, 1970s Britain and 2010s Britain, there would be common themes that run through both of those places so that you would instantly recognize, I am in Afghanistan, I am in Britain. Would you accept that?
I agree that different cultures are different. Yes.
Right. Well done. Good. So we've got.
That's all he took from it. Is that different cultures are different. That's all he took from it.
Yeah, like that. At that point, I'm listening to it and I'm like, okay, he's just full of so much shit right now. Golly, like this is. I would genuinely enjoy listening to a discussion or debate with somebody who is on the left, giving their best take against. Like they can fully disagree.
Do they exist?
I don't know. Like,
have you seen Hutch?
Who's Hutch?
That's going to be the closest thing that you have to what you're saying right now.
Hutch?
Okay?
Let me look him up. Hutch?
Yeah. Do Hutch in Destiny, because Hutch actually pushes back on Destiny's radicalism, and he's like a lib, but he's an edgy lib. Okay. He's a commie that thinks he's a lib. He thinks he's a lib. Very socially progressive. He's progressive on things. But he thinks that you can be reasonable with progressivism. Very confused, man.
Okay.
That's I would start you on your journey looking at Hutch, because he's going to give you, I believe, way more.
Wait, I think I saw a clip of him. Is he the guy who said he would vote for Epstein?
I don't know. Possibly.
I'm pretty sure there was a clip of this guy who was saying something about that. Like, what is Epstein's policies? Wait,
Hey, there's nothing we can do about this. White guys with beards all look almost identical.
I'm just asking. I'm not trying to like slander the guy or just throw anything you're saying out the window. I'm just thinking, wait, I think I recognize the bald head and the beard. Wait, Hutch.
Possibly.
Wait, let me. We can continue just a sec. Is this it? Because I remember Big Bungie tweeting something about it. Wait, maybe Big Bungie.
Are you sending something? Actually, you can present on screen and share your tab.
Okay, wait. No, honestly, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just continue. I'm sorry. I'm just going. I'm just derailing. Sorry about that.
You're a Spurg.
Wait, they're saying he did say that. I was right.
Oh yeah, if somebody can supply that, I would love to see it.
Okay.
Well, you just established that there are. This is like saying
different
that
cultures are different, which means that they
wasn't
have
the
something
question.
about them.
Yes, and
that makes them different.
If
right?
you have a brother, both of you will be different for your entire lives.
But
that
there would
doesn't
be a
mean-
family culture that you have that's different to other families.
But you wouldn't be the same as you were when you were 10 years old.
No,
you
you
grow
wouldn't.
and change,
Of
right?
course.
So when you talk about
But you're still the
preserving
same
culture,
person, right?
What?
You're still the same person.
Yeah, but you're dramatically changed.
But you're still the same.
No. Are you the same as you were 10 or 15 years ago? What do you mean by that? The same. You're not
Oh my
unchanged,
goodness.
right?
It's like pulling a person by their teeth.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yes. And so this somehow Destiny is scoring higher in all of these categories. Isn't that incredible?
Wow.
Foster joy, cultivate
Wow.
tolerance. When Destiny is acting like he doesn't understand the concept of somebody being the same person and then changing over time. Because you see, now we're not talking about unprecedented. Now Destiny has shifted to changing the entire time. So now all Destiny has to prove is that things change over time, which is then meaningless. You know, when the left does that, where now we have deconstructed language so much that a woman can be anything, right? He has done that. He has queered this conversation so much where now anything that changes, he thinks he's proven a point by the fact that anything changes, is how postmodern and meta and talking about stuff we have achieved.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of flaked out when you were trying to explain that, but I do fully agree that they're just full of bullshit. With
That's
trying
what they
to
do. I was
confuse
mirroring
everything.
what they do. Yes, exactly.
I literally just got lost. Like,
yes,
you
it's a
have
spell.
to write this shit down in order to like be able to follow along and pay attention to what the hell they're doing. Oh my word.
At this, I just know when to check out at this point. I've been around these demons for so long.
Oh man.
Are you pretending to be a moron or are you actually being one?
Oh,
So
I can't
your
believe
claim
he
was
said that.
we need to preserve culture because cultures aren't supposed to change.
No, that's not my claim.
Okay,
Oh
then
my-
let me understand. So
I will.
because
you
if
stop
you
being
don't remember,
comfortable.
this whole topic started with I'm curious, what is the thing that is precedented? What's the thing that happens continuously through all of history that isn't changing? And then you pointed to the fact that Afghanistan and the United Kingdom are different cultures. Like that's something that I would reject.
No, I didn't. I was just explaining to you what cultures are, which are the cultural differences between groups of people that remain fairly constant over time, despite changing somewhat, as all cultures do.
Your definition of culture is the difference between your culture and another
No,
culture?
I gave you my definition.
You just said,
Do you see how Destiny is technically asking a question? And then if Constantine ignores any of these questions, well, now he's not answering. And this is the comments are littered with this feedback that Constantine is dodging Destiny's questions.
Oh my. This is honestly like, now that here's the thing. I wasn't able to pick up on all of this stuff because I was mowing the lawn while listening to it, but listening back is literally painful. This is literally exhausting just to listen back to, and I'm not even in it.
I have
This
unlimited stamina for this. I pick these things up without even trying at this point, dude. I've listened to these people so much.
This is, oh my goodness. He's just so bad faith. He's just such a liar.
Well, no, he's looking for clarification. See, now you're engaging in bad faith right now, Remnant, okay? He's just trying to engage in good faith by asking clarifying questions because he truly wants to understand what Constantine's talking about. And then they just keep talking like that over and over again. Like a
My
bitchy,
question in
annoying
good faith
girlfriend,
would be, are you pretending to be retarded or are you actually retarded?
which is what just came out of Constantine's mouth.
Wait, he did. Oh, shoot. Did I miss that?
Yeah, he's like, are you trying to be a moron? He's like, are you actually a moron?
Golly, I judged, I'm going to be honest. Before we talked about this publicly, I was like, I think
hit a
Destiny
massive
did.
blunt,
I
right?
literally said Destiny did better at the first part. Now I'm just like, I just judged Constantine too harshly and didn't pick up on these passive aggressive, like piece of shit things. I don't know what you even describe them. He's just such a snake. He's just such a snake, bro.
Yeah, but what if he's being good faith one time? But now imagine trying to interpret him in good faith and going, well, hold on.
When you're saying
That's
this,
what I
I know
can't
you're trying to pretend to be like a sarcastic leftist right now, but
Mhm.
unironically, when you said that, I felt the urge to like just strangle somebody.
Yes. Now you understand why I make fun of these people immediately. Yes. It's a pressure release valve. Okay?
You're just imitating them, but you unironically kind of pissed me off there for a second.
That's antagonization. Okay.
You actually did.
Yes.
I wasn't even antagonized. That I was actually like a little angry at you personally when you said that.
Awesome. I'm doing my job then. I'm getting a
Oh my
rise
goodness.
out of you by
Oh my
doing an impression
goodness.
of them.
You said it was the
I
difference
came here-
between cultures that change over time that define one culture against another one.
Okay, let's reset. And
Okay.
you talk for a bit, and then I talk for a bit, and then you talk for a bit.
Well, no, because
and
I
talk
noticed
for a
that this is
It's like he's talking to a kindergartner right now, you know?
how
Yeah.
it feels like a lot of these types of people, the centrists, the reformers, the MAGA, whatever, is you paint with such broad brushstrokes that by the end of a sentence, I feel like you haven't really said much at all.
Lethal projection. It's what the left is
Yes.
exclusively known for doing.
Oh my, yes, absolutely.
And I'm just kind of curious why, when you guys speak about things like the preservation of culture, I don't really hear you allude to anything concrete. Or when you talk about wanting to preserve something, you talk about how something has changed. I don't necessarily hear like what are the things that are changing that you don't like. You'll point to things
British
like
culture.
Now, but see how he's phrasing it. He's not declaratively saying Constantine didn't do that. Destiny is saying I didn't hear it. Everything is phrased with plausible deniability.
Oh my.
He's not making a truth claim. He's saying he didn't hear it, which is unfalsifiable. Do you see how dubious this really is?
But the problem is, we know that Destiny's not actually retarded.
Right. He has to radicalize his base. He's the left, but he's not a left. He's not a crazy leftist. He's like a moderate Democrat, right? Can you name me a single like moderate Democrat that creates content? Do they exist?
Let me
Where are
think.
they?
Shit. I actually want to be that type of guy who can point to somebody. I genuinely want to. Wait, let me look through my subscriptions. Wait, what was your question again? Moderate Democrat?
Yes. Now,
Tim Pool?
not a Democrat.
He's not a Democrat. I know. I'm messing around. But
Also, I don't have any Tim Pool hate. I don't understand the Tim Pool hate. My audience hates to hear me say that.
I mean, there was like, what was it? I didn't really like his interaction with Jay Dyer, but I don't have anything against the guy.
I know, but he's always platformed right-wingers.
Maybe Turkey Tom. Turkey Tom probably pretty left wing.
No, that is apolitical liberal commentary YouTuber.
But
that's just like
but you asked for probably a moderate Democrat.
He's not a Democrat. He's apolitical.
You didn't wait. You know,
someone that calls themselves a Democrat.
I gotta give myself that plausible deniability. I didn't hear you say that you wanted for a political YouTuber or somebody who talks about politics all the time. You just asked for a moderate Democrat.
Does he call himself a Democrat?
I'd be willing to bet he calls himself. He likes Destiny and does collabs with him.
You wouldn't be willing to bet that, so you're correct in an argument by any chance, would you? Is that the reason why you're willing to bet that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to answer what you said in the best possible way.
Sure.
You know, I just maybe Turkey Tom.
I thought this through.
Yeah, Turkey Tom.
He wouldn't call himself a Democrat.
But it doesn't mean he isn't. You'd have to prove to me that he's not a Democrat.
Yeah, I mean, how do you know that a woman is really a woman and not a man on the inside?
True.
You know? Now we're getting
true.
clear.
Like, how do you know that? like, seriously, rhetorically defective. How do you know that? How do you know that, Artie? Tell me.
You are crushing fallibilism right now. I'm very proud of you. Maxim number 1 is being 10
just
out of
play
10 right
retarded. Pretend to be retarded, and then when the moment somebody shows weakness, go for the throat.
Now you're getting it. Now you're understanding the space very well and why I'm so ruthless in certain areas and such a puppy dog in other areas.
Crimes, but I mean, like, crimes are illegal. Obviously, they shouldn't be happening. I just don't really hear anything concrete ever, and it's very unsatisfying to listen to a bunch of people kind of ramble on and on and on without ever having a clear point about what they're talking about.
We all agree.
I'm just trying to figure out for British or American culture, what are these things that you feel are common? Maybe you go back 30, 40, 50 years that were common across the whole country that you feel are changing in a way that they never changed in the past.
Now, mind you, this is like a child asking you a question where you answer the question and then there's another question. We're starting to feel that in the conversation now at this point, right?
Yeah.
Endless line of questioning. And then he gets frustrated, right? And
Yeah.
what happens? What happens if he gets frustrated? It infuriates the opposition, who then react to your advantage. And what are all the clips of? Him getting frustrated. So the whole point is to antagonize and frustrate you and act like you're doing it in good faith. And then once you lose your cool, well, hey, we're just having a debate over here. I don't know why you're getting so frustrated.
I 100% I 100% believe he's doing this all on purpose, because I have listened to him flat out admit to always, like, not always, but constantly being in bad faith and just being antagonistic towards people all the time. Like he admits flat out just to lying to win, and how lying is justified because like, as I covered, like with the PF Yoon, I think his name is. I always get his
PF
name
Young.
wrong. PF
Young.
Young. I always get it wrong. Golly, I'm not doing it on purpose. I swear. I'm not doing it on
Oh
purpose.
no! Oh no! The fucking centrist is gonna be mad at you. Oh shit!
No,
dude,
I
watch
mean,
out.
you know how those people purposely get their names wrong just to, like, a superiority complex? Like, oh, you're so beneath
yeah.
me. I genuinely have such a hard time with his name, because
It's a weird name. He's
it is a
guy.
weird name.
He also has
PF
a tall
Yoon, if
head.
you're watching this, you have a weird name. No hate towards you though, but you got a weird name, bro.
Yeah, I'll do the hate towards you. Okay, that's my department. That's what I do. Okay, here we go.
Okay, done?
Are you going to answer that question? He's not going to answer the question. Go ahead.
I've attempted to answer your question many times, and I'll do so again. However, first of all, am I going to be okay to speak now for a bit? Is that going to happen?
Sure. Can you repeat my question first so I know what you're...
Your question is about what is culture. You brought up crime.
That wasn't my question. My
It wasn't your
question is,
question.
over the past 30 or 40 years, what are things that have changed in American or British culture that you feel over the past 200 years before that were unchanging?
Okay. One of the things that has changed in Britain over the last 30 years is we now have extensive number of Islamist terrorist attacks, mass stabbings, mass rape of British girls by Islamist and Muslim grooming gangs. This is not something that happened in this culture before.
Okay. I'm going to read some super chats right now because that's a great part to leave off on.
Wait, let me write some. I'm going to write something down to bring it
Absolutely.
up because I got a thought.
Okay, yeah.
Let me mute my. I don't know if you can
hear
hear the typing.
It's fine. It's not a problem. We got $20, mate. Frankenstack. Hey guys, I was on time, but I have social anxiety. Oh, that's terrible. And can't engage with the chat. That's a lot of social anxiety, fellas, don't we think? Can you delete this and make it pre-recorded with Remnant's editing?
He's got to have the flashing editing. He's got to have the Subway Surfer in the background or something like that, or like little. I have to have my TV up, and there needs to be gameplay footage for him. He needs that. I've what's it called? I've conditioned him to expect the high editing treatment. What can I say?
No, dude. When you started the video behind a window and you had to slightly muffle the audio because you were behind a window, I mentioned that on stream. I'm like, that's very high, like, attention to detail. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize, dude.
Bruh, I loved the part though where no, it's not Epstein. He's what is his name? I created a name for him. Jeffrey Holden. That was his name. Jeffrey
That's a little different, don't we think?
And he, at the end, I made it so it's like, I loved the part where he it's like he's in the background and like I'm totally oblivious. I'm sucked into the topic, and then he grabs me and he doesn't. I gotta. Well, the curtains close. The curtains close right before it happens. Guys, I'm on the list, but as a victim.
Johnny, $2 over here, $5. I missed the entire stream. Can we restart that guy's boiler? It's see, you see how this is now? This is a culture right now. Do you see how it's parts of it are the same, but parts of it are ever changing, right?
True.
But the parts of it that are the same,
I hate
is the culture.
I hate how that's actually a really good analogy. It's not like you're just shit posting, but it's actually a really good analogy.
But we intuitively understand this unless we start trying to, like, oh my god, deconstruct everything. Academic Slage for $2. Does Fist know you keep bringing strange men home? Oh, no. Hey, no one tell Fist, okay? No one tell him. This is between me, you, and the walls, fellas, okay? Don't want to start a star-crossed love affair out in public like that.
no.
Tarnish my reputation. The new GM for $5. Jolly Jew Willikers is Remnant Canadian. He does have a peculiar accent.
I gotta. What's the stereotypical Canadian accent?
You
All I
have
can
a
think of is
very interesting
Kermit the
accent.
Frog. I appreciate you.
Are you
I'm an
Midwest?
American. It's funny if I say no, I'm not Canadian. I'm an American. Isn't that so funny? Isn't that hilarious? I find that so funny.
Well, you have such a not. It's almost Native American, kind of. It's kind of Native American.
That's the first I've heard of that one.
It's kind of Midwestern. It's proper. It's proper.
What's a little insane is so many people think in my videos that I'm just doing some sort of like different voice for the video. And then they have like a shock when they hear that I just talk this way. Like, you can be my advocate. I talk this way when we talk in private. I'm not doing anything different. It's just how I talk. I don't know what caused it or how it came to be. I don't know.
No one sounds like you. It's a very unique voice. Anyway.
I don't know why.
Corn-fed Cody, $5. Watch Masterson versus Hutch. Hilarious. Which Masterson? Ooh, I want to see what that's all about.
Let me save that. Let me save that real quick.
Masterson
I'll take that
versus Hutch.
suggestion.
Yeah, and let me know what that's about. Jason Blaze It, XXY, $10. How you doing, fella?
Oh, it's on PKA.
Listen, babes, steady is what steady does. But for sure, Sargon of Akkad has gotten better with him identifying the problem. He absolutely hates the left and what they have done to his country. He's more of a nationalist than he is an anti-something.
We need what's it called? I would fully accept and embrace Sargon if, you know, him and Jared Taylor could become buddies. That'd be so cool.
What do you think of Jared Taylor?
He's amazing. He was one of the first people I really started to listen to with these things.
Ooh.
Yes.
Interesting.
He's really good. It's so sad what happened to him on YouTube long ago. He's a great guy. I always find how whenever he's talking, if you've ever watched any of his videos, I don't know if you have, he's always talking about, so today in America, like, I don't know if my microphone can pick it up, but he always does the inhale. And I always find it so funny, the inhales.
Yeah, talk about someone that no one else sounds like but him.
The inhales are iconic, bruh.
It doesn't even matter. White.
Yes,
Spectre.
exactly, bro. You know
Spectre,
white.
$5. Listening to Destiny has always been a painful experience. I disagree with the notion that he was ever a good debater. Well, that is factually incorrect. He's actually a really good debater. When he fought, because I mean, debating a lot of the times is rhetoric. So you're hearing him try to defend something that isn't true. When he's defending something that is true, he does a very good job. Tacit Tempo, $5. Destiny has been this way as long as I've known about him. Like his debate with JonTron. What JonTron said was correct and got canceled for it. That's some interesting lore right there. I didn't know we had some Destiny hounds in chat.
I think it's how do I put it? His ability to be good faith in how he interacts with people it's not linear. It's changed. It's changed. Like, I don't know. Like,
he doesn't have a universal principle.
Say what?
He doesn't have a universal like ethic, moral, or principle.
That might be the case, because I can think of so many debates of him harping on actual communists, and he does an amazing job. And it's like, I take that stuff he says. He literally does a good job with that.
TPK, $5. Thank you very much. I think this is one of those times I'm glad I'm at home. I'm glad at home and not Destiny's necktie. Interesting. Bill Clinton skin suit, $5. That's like axing for an example of a moderate demon from hell. Yeah, it's starting to feel that way. Jason Blaze, $10. Thank you. Going autistic on something else other than the main point is very much a tactic Destiny uses, like unprecedented. At least go autistic on an important word in the main argument. Exactly. And fellas, this is discernment, right? Detecting what is important, what is valuable, and what is not. But these are invisible. These are invisible things.
That's a perfect word for it. That's a great word for it.
I'm very big. Dude, it's funny. I've been huge on discernment before I knew I had a religious audience, and that drew them in even more. I didn't even know it. King Spectre, $5. Destiny, crimes are illegal. Wow, such insight, such wisdom. So the left does this a lot, where they will say something where you have to say it's true, whether or not it is germane to the conversation, just so you are conditioned to be in the habit of agreeing with them and saying, yes, that's true. Hurt Chain, $2. Love the stream. You can delay the restart. Oh, thank God. We could save some time and not delay the restart. Eric Thread for $10. Thank you so much. I'm behind the stream. Pro-life is about having a standard baseline value. It doesn't mean a person can't squander their value by their own choices. And why a reason why I really like the Ortho Bros is they are completely fine killing a motherfucker under certain circumstances. They don't get caught up on that pro-life bullshit. And finally, Isaac, $5. Thank you so much. This debate could be summed up to Gooner versus Russ Moo, both annoying and mooish. 1488. I'm telling Fist Enwa. No, don't tell Fist. You better not tell him. I'll know who told him because I know nobody else would. Save the world from bears. Bears are moos, by the way.
We got a wide range of audience members here.
Yeah, that's how I roll, baby. That's how I roll. Oh, and we have Smegmus over on Rumble for $5. Thank you so much. My man period is late. Can we restart the stream? Terrific showing, fellas, for my guest. My stream date tonight. I hope it's going well. Should I start doing an internal monologue? Oh, I hope he likes me.
Wait, what? An internal monologue?
This is my internal monologue right now. Oh, I hope he likes me. I hope I'm not too forward. I hope I'm not scaring him with all these things I'm saying. Oh,
I don't want to hear those internal.
Was that out loud? Was that out loud? Oh, hey, Remnant, what's going on, man? Okay, let's watch this video.
I gotta stop reading people's minds. I don't want this superpower.
All right, the debate. We are almost 18 minutes into it. Here we go.
Okay, so sexual assault and rape did happen before.
Did you hear the words I said, or did you?
So you said grooming gangs. I know there's the example from the 80s and 90s of the Rotherham.
They're not from the 80s and 90s. They're happening right now.
What is another grooming gang example? Because I know there are rapes and stuff that happen, but I don't think there are.
Yeah, well, let me explain it to you. So grooming gangs, this is a euphemism that we use to pretend that they're not what they are mass rape gangs where young British girls, usually underage, but also often sometimes young women, would be plied with drugs, plied with alcohol, would be taken from the care homes where they were, predominantly by Pakistani, sometimes other Indian subcontinent Muslims. They would be targeted primarily because they were white and British. So these were racially aggravated hate crimes. And they would be mass raped over periods of years sometimes. That did not used to happen in Britain. So that is a cultural change.
Now,
Brooke, wait, could I jump in real quick with something?
Absolutely. I just want to remind everybody how Travis Pangburn scored this, but continue.
Bruh, he was bringing up how, like, okay, show me something that, like, hasn't changed over a period of time, something that remains static and all the rest, because how can you say that it fluctuating or changing over time even means it's bad? He used that as an argument. Why? I think the only way you could really deal with such a bad faith tactic is to try and turn around on him and say, okay, by that same standard, how can you say something like grape? The rising grape rates are even bad or indicative of anything bad if they were rising. Like, how can we prove that's bad or any of that stuff? Because he's so, like, hung up on the so what was it again? I forget the exact word. Unprecedented or is unchanging. How, like, oh my word, it was so obnoxious.
Now,
you
what
had
you're
to turn it
saying right
around on
here
him.
is extremely important, and it is correct. Where
There's no win condition.
Yes, you have to be on. You have to make them be on the back foot. This becomes like a like king of the mountain, right? Where once you're up there, you need to. This is why you need to be very assertive. Now, if Constant Kissin was talking, if me and you were interviewing Constant Kissin, then he could have the conversation that he's having right now. And even if we applied pushback, we could have that kind of conversation with Constant Kissin. But when you're talking to Destiny, you see this is why Jay Dyer and Andrew Wilson will just flip it back onto them because they understand that this is like a game that's happening right now. This is not truth-seeking. No matter what Travis Pangburn says, it's not truth-seeking.
True. And I think, like, here's the problem. It's much easier to really be aggressive and to just swap it back on them like that. Well, no, it's not even swap it back on them. To have a bit of that, like, aggressiveness required. If you, I don't know what it's called. You have to, I don't know. Shoot, I went on a ramble. It wasn't going
That's fine.
anywhere. My bad.
Yeah. Hey, I'm moving at the speed of light over here. Okay, we move quickly.
Can I finish what I'm saying,
Okay,
please?
you're not going to answer my question. Okay.
I am answering your question.
Well, my question was, what are examples? I don't think this has happened outside of the Rotherham grooming gang, that whole scandal. There have been rapes, there have been gang rapes, but the idea of like a coordinated grooming gang type mass Pakistani targeting British girls rapes, that type of thing is not a thing that I'm aware has been seen in Britain outside of.
It's not a thing that I'm aware. Do you see how he's not saying it's not happening, but he's minimizing it?
Did he say it's not happening outside of Britain? Could you repeat that?
Now you might hear that he's making a declarative statement because the sentiment of what he's saying is declarative, but technically,
well, then we need to educate this boy. We need to educate this guy.
Yeah, I'll play it again for you.
Rapes, there have been gang rapes, but the idea of like a coordinated grooming gang type mass Pakistani targeting British girls rapes, that type of thing is not a thing that I'm aware has been seen in Britain outside of the large Rotherham scandal.
That he's aware. Do you see how we
It's aware in Britain. I thought he said it's not something you'd even see outside of Britain, and I was about to lose my mind because like India, bro. Do you know anything about India? Like the rape over there is
this is
horrible.
in London. This is in London, and you can tell that this isn't an independent audience when no one groaned when he said that. These are obviously leftists in the audience. To hear that and to have no reaction to it. Do you know a good portion about the grooming gangs in the UK?
So I've heard quite a bit about them, but I don't like, if we're going exactly to what he's saying, no, I actually haven't.
Well, let me give you a brief overview.
Give me a rundown. Educate me. Yep.
Rotherham, okay? Telford. Now, you can look up these videos on YouTube where the victims were chosen because they were white. They were like 13, 14. And they were repeatedly, by Muslim men. And this is like a cultural thing that Muslim men do. Now, the police looked the other way because they didn't want to be called racist. And this has happened for 2 generations now. It's been happening for like 40 years in the country. And the police, and then there's a lot of victim testimony that of girls saying like, oh yeah, I mean, there's an account, this isn't a video, where the mother of the 14-year-old, yeah, they were, doing that to her for 2 years, from 14 to 16, and she told the police, the mother told the police, and the police said, well, she's aged out anyway, so they're going to stop, is what they would say to her. The police.
What?
Yes. Yep. They don't want to be racist. They have been discouraged from doing anything. They won't do anything about it. They barely do anything. And then when they actually prosecute them, Tommy Robinson was trying to call it out. And then he was being like thrown in jail, silenced for trying to call it out, called racist and whatnot. That is the short overview.
Gotcha.
That's how like over the top bad it is.
Well,
let me see. I think there's one about like documenting all this stuff. I'm gonna give it a watch. Yeah, that's horrible. I do know one thing.
It's really bad.
Joseph Paul Watson.
You have to watch like 10 hours of it to see how bad it is.
Gotcha. Oh wait, no, it's I keep getting the name mixed up. Paul Joseph Watson. He talked about it and like how there's a much higher reported rate of grape compared to what's actually prosecuted or what they record. Like the reports are so much higher than what they're apparently documenting. So like it's very ironic coming from the side that says believe all women. It goes back to that Vosh clip where he's like talking about how, oh, so you're in a room full of women who claimed that they were raped and you don't bat an eye. But then like, how could you say that? How could you not believe all of these women? And then it continues 5 seconds later. She says that she was raped by one of those, the gangs or the Muslims or something like that. And then he instantly denied it and called her a liar. Just like these people are just such pieces of shit.
I'm pulling that up right now. I have to show it.
I was wondering with the silence. I was like, oh, shoot, did I get disconnected?
In like bizarre ways. But yeah, like because the perpetrator wasn't white.
Top right, okay? The fact that we have a rape culture when we put
Was he reacting to himself?
Yeah, he made a joke about it.
The fact that we have a rape culture. The fact that we have a rape culture I don't really know. I feel like I might have had like a stuffy sinuses back then, but basically the context of the video was they brought conservatives and both are raped. We don't know how many. It's really difficult to know.
I don't think things are on the same level, but things impact you in like bizarre ways. But yeah, like because the perpetrator wasn't white, and because he was like, you know, part of like a certain religion.
Wait, are we being real?
And the police were basically just like, we can't because of cultural differences, which I don't feel like is such a good.
What? Bullshit! Are you fucking kidding me? Did she turn her fucking rape confession into how the rape refugees fucking Ahmed Muhammad? And that's the end of the clip right there.
Now you see the leftists could always sweep for themselves. Now you can imagine Travis Pangburn would have no problem sweeping for Vosh doing that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that clip.
Oh boy, just like these people.
Yeah.
British girls might have been raped by these gangs is quite a big deal, and it represents a change in the culture of this country that I think is quite.
I never said it wasn't a big deal. I think rape is bad. I just think it's bad when white people do it too. I think it's bad when everybody does it. My understanding is right now for the crime stats in the United Kingdom,
per capita,
white people are even overrepresented in terms of sexual assault and rape.
What about per capita?
See, well, I mean, Destiny would have to stop speaking. Are you familiar with the tactic of gish galloping?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, Destiny is rapid fire gish galloping. It's what he's known for doing. And then you're not letting him finish. And then when he's done speaking, you're supposed to answer one of his 10 questions.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that is you have to, I don't know, if people gish gallop and they do like 10 different questions, doesn't that give you the option to selectively answer the weakest argument?
Correct. Yes. However, if it just ended there, then yes. And then, no. Then the gish galloper goes, notice how you didn't answer this question. Because then they can hold.
Well, then you could have just said, well, you asked 10 questions and I can only go through them one at a time.
And then they can accuse you of going into the weeds.
You
go into the weeds right now. Let me just ask my question. See now how I'm taking control of the conversation?
Wait, could you repeat that? I couldn't even hear what you said originally.
Right. So hold on. I then ridiculed you and said, now you're taking us into the weeds. And then I tried to take control of the conversation by then asking the question that I wanted to ask again. So
well, then I would just say you're I don't know. Shoot, I'm not always the best with reacting in the moment to a lot of these things. That's my issue. I'm like incoherent moment.
I don't want to debate for these reasons because I don't even know if it would be good content because I would have no problem stalemating the fucking debate.
I
have no tolerance.
I think it would be good to debate with somebody who you know is going to be good faith, or if you know they're going to be bad faith, know that you can win at the topic.
I've tried this. It's not a debate. I've tried this with my community. We just end up having a really constructive conversation. Hey, I can't even call it a fucking debate, dude. There's no debate anymore.
Bro, I've been thinking about just like, I've been talking about like, so here's the thing. I'm not trying to derail here. I literally talked about on Twitter how I don't know if I can even say this. I'm going to be very careful with my language so it doesn't give us any problems. The inappropriate lolly stuff, I'm saying that's bad. And I'm getting so much pushback from so many, like, they're just creeps at the end of the day online on Twitter. I'm getting so much mindless pushback. Like, they're literally saying these characters don't have, the drawings don't have rights. And then it's of a lolly holding it up like, you freak.
Dude, I would love for you to talk about that stuff on your stream, and I would love to hop in, dude, because these are things that I think about and want to talk about, but it just doesn't make sense for my channel necessarily.
I feel like literally just recording it, like saying, hey, let me record it and then put it on Rumble and let's talk about it so we can go through this. So I want to expose like these people at the end of the day. Here's what I genuinely believe, interacting with so many of them. I genuinely think that they are freaks that should be institutionalized. And I think having a debate to just really pull this out, because they cannot stay on one point. They constantly change. Whenever you debunk a certain point, then they bring up something irrelevant and just derail it. That's all it is. Just change the topic over and over and over. And they're freaks. They're actually freaks.
I'm sorry, are you talking about Destiny right now? Because you're describing him like 100%. This is why I do treat them, and it may seem unfair at times, But this is why I do treat them all very similarly. They all exhibit these characteristics in very similar ways. And once they start acting that way, it's very rare that I see them stop acting that way. It's like an indicator.
Yeah, their souls are just lost.
Did
They're
you know there's
lost
right-wing
cause.
furries?
I want to make a video talking about that and saying, hey, if you people genuinely, it's nothing weird like how it is for the majority of furries out there, which they're very weird. It's a fetish.
Yeah.
Then why don't you just stop identifying as a furry? Because that group is a lost cause. You're lumping yourself in with them.
Dude.
And just stop. Just say you like to dress up. That's it. Don't even call yourself a furry or associate with these people. That's my opinion. If you
want to
claim
know
be a
how I
furry.
found out about right-wing furries, they flocked to my channel.
They do it for me too.
Right. Like, well, I criticized Alec Gunter, okay? And Alec Gunter apparently really bothered the right-wing furry community. So they were all in my comments being like, see, he's I don't know. I forget what they were saying, but there was like 5 or 6 right-wing furries. I'm like, what is going on? What part of the internet have I attracted? What is going on right now? My brain still can't comprehend.
Bruh, they're, oh man, how do I put this? They're pretty crazy, quite a bit of them. They're like, some of them are the most radical people out there, the right-wing furries. Actually, like, bruh, some of the most radical people I've met were the furries. For real.
I mean, it's a
pretty
radical thing you're into.
Paul Miller. Imagine Paul Miller as a furry.
Right.
Actually.
Right. That would be bizarre.
Yes. But there are quite a few of them, and they're very interesting. Those people are funny and interesting. I will say that.
Definitely interesting.
That there are immigrants that rape people as well. I think all rape is bad, but the idea that there's a mass Islamist jihadist rape gang centered thing in the United Kingdom that's functioning,
So
I think
how many girls would have to be raped for you to admit that it's a mass thing?
the question isn't if it's
Wait,
a mass
I
thing. The question is if
I gotta
it's
jump in one thing. This reminds me of that Moist Critical meme. Look, guys, rape is bad.
Yeah. Yeah, not when Destiny does it.
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting. I just had to add that in.
No,
it's
fine.
irrelevant. I had to add it in.
But it's when Destiny says that's not the question. So Destiny is the arbiter of what the questions even are.
centered thing in the United Kingdom that's functioning.
So
I think
how many girls would have to be raped for you to admit that it's a mass thing?
The question isn't if it's a mass.
Do you see how he says the question isn't? So Destiny keeps asking all these questions, and then he holds Constantine to account to answer all of these questions. And then when Constantine asks a question finally, Destiny's response is, that isn't the question. You see how sneaky this is?
Yeah, it's very much manipulative. He's
Very
not
much
holding
so.
himself to the same standards. He can ask all the questions, he can hammer on them, and then
That
just
isn't
not
the
answering
question.
himself. Yeah. He's extremely bad faith. I'm willing to bet after, if you watch this his debate afterward, I wouldn't be even shocked if he admitted fully that he was intentionally bad faith and lying. Like, I literally wouldn't be shocked if he was fully comfortable and fine admitting that to his audience.
It will depend on the context.
Say what?
Depending on the context. Everything is dependent on the timing and context with these people.
True.
He would say anything to his audience in any context in a way, and then he could always back out and justify it. You see how he always speaks in a plausible deniability. He always gives himself breathing room to get out of the magic trick that he's putting himself in.
Destiny's such a good debater. I bet he could justify grape.
It probably has. I could probably find that at this point.
Don't you see, Chad? This is why it's actually beneficial.
Yes, they can. How else do they end up in?
It raises the GDP.
Yeah. Numbers is the only thing going up.
Statistics here. Higher grape equals higher GDP. Guys, get to work.
There's more going up than just the numbers over here, right?
Oh my goodness. That's so horrible.
Apparently, he justified bestiality. So didn't
Oh
Cenk
my
Uygur.
word.
You ever see Cenk Uygur justify bestiality?
No, bro.
Are you serious?
No, I haven't. That sounds like that literally. I don't know. Like, this sounds horrible for me to even ask, but like, I haven't thought about this. which one is worse, grape or bestiality? Which, bruh, like, they're like, those are some of the most depraved things I can even think of right now. Like, which one is worse? Golly. Oh no!
I'm so glad
Legalize.
I'm so glad I get to share this with you right now. Okay,
No,
you've never seen this. That's what you're telling me.
No.
Okay.
Okay, play it.
I believe that if I were the benevolent dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are giving. You are pleasuring the animal.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. So
wait, what
now-
was that last bit? What did he say at the last bit?
Yeah.
Like he sounded like he was building up to something like, look, I'm gonna allow this horrible thing.
Well,
but
you're gonna
because-
notice that there's a full minute after he says that, and this isn't the funny part. What happens after, I think, is the funny part.
Giving. You are pleasuring the animal. You see what I'm saying?
Do you see what I'm saying? Now, let's see.
Is he smiling after saying that?
That is someone who just made a comment about supporting bestiality, and no one around him is agreeing with him. Smile. that kind of smile. It's a very rare smile. It's a smile you don't see in the wild very often.
What is that face?
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Let's see what the reaction is. Let's see if anyone supports that.
Okay. Okay. Now why? Why did that happen?
When you're so socially awkward and dense that you can't understand why supporting bestiality doesn't warrant approval.
Why
Oh
did that
my
happen?
word.
Look at Anna Kasparian's face.
Oh, that
What?
poor woman.
Wait. What? Why did that happen?
Why am I on this side? Maybe I'm the wrong. Maybe we're the
Oh.
baddies. Maybe we're the baddies here.
Oh.
It's the dumbest thing
It
I've said.
really is the dumbest thing you said.
No, I'll tell you why. Because like so.
Oh no.
No.
No, Jen, no, don't tell us why.
This reminds me of Your Movies Suck, bruh. Do you know Your Movies Suck? That
No, let me
YouTuber?
just try and cap this out.
So there's was the case that we covered where there was like a guy or a girl or something that was pleasuring a horse, and the
No.
horse came to a conclusion, right?
No.
So who got harmed?
You know that.
Now,
This is why you can't do consequentialism. But you know, this is like actually one of the arguments I would use if somebody's like, what's wrong with harm? Like, if there's no harm, what's wrong with it? And I would bring something like this. I like the Andrew Wilson's. Andrew Wilson's is so much easier as necrophilia.
Yeah.
Because they always go down the same line of logic. Oh, you're defiling a corpse. Okay, what if you got permission from your grandma?
Right. But this is why he says that, because this is things that the left has said. I just love the idea of
He
like a
looks
political pundit.
genuinely. He looks genuine there. He
That's what
literally
kills me.
Bro, he looks.
I'm supposed to
genuinely
listen to this
curious,
guy
like-
politically. I'm supposed to listen to his prescriptions
Yeah,
for
he
society.
literally
when he
looks
goes,
like
I think
he
it should
actu-
be. If I was the benevolent dictator, I think it should be legal for you to blow a horse. And then he goes, "What happened? Why?" Is this
He
happening?"
literally looks. Bro, he literally looks like there's room for discussion with this. Like he literally wants to engage
Well,
and
there
talk
is.
about this.
Now, I think Anna's going to explain to him how sometimes women do orgasm during grape. You know, sometimes
Oh my.
women do. So that is not a good reason just because something comes to a conclusion as it means. So let's see if she can explain it to him.
People who are okay. Look, not to be a downer about what you're saying, because what you're saying sounds kind of funny, but a lot of people who are being raped can actually like have an orgasm.
I know.
So like if a guy is being raped, he can have an orgasm. Like you can't
All right,
say,
well,
oh,
number
okay,
one-
if you come, that means you wanted it. That's not the right way to go.
But number one, you're being
Oh boy. Cenk, just take it. Just fucking take it, dude. Don't put. Now he's gonna push
True.
back.
Wait, she's literally saying, yeah, you could grape a horse and it would like it, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's
Well,
justified.
She's pushing back on Cenk right now. She's pushing back, and she's like, no, and you know, she's
Oh.
sweeping for him. This would, if a right winger said this, they'd make a news story out of it. But of course, Cenk Uygur can say, you know, can say this,
no.
and she's like, well, dude, this is like technically rape culture right now. What you're saying, giving him a way out, and let's hear his response.
Okay, if you come, that means you wanted it. That's not the right way to go.
But number one, you're being an unbelievable downer.
I am.
being an unbelievable.
Bro, you're killing the mood. You're supposed to have my back here. That's why I pay
These
you
are the
for.
people that try to make fun of us, by the way.
Anna, you're supposed to support me here. You're being such a downer.
These people make fun of us.
Anna,
and they have
I
a
thought
moral
you would
high horse.
support me on this. I thought you would be into this.
For anyone that doesn't understand why Andrew Wilson goes to incest, okay? Because
People
if
like
you
him exist.
investigate the left, they do not have a moral ought as to why you can't. They don't have the ought as to why you can't, which is dangerous if these people want to run society, which is then why Andrew Wilson says, well, it's your rules or my rules, and my rules have been around for fucking 2,000 years, so why are we going by your preferences, and why am I not allowed to power, but you are? That's what's so compelling about his argument.
Yeah. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
I'm so glad that we got to experience that together on our first date. I thought it was pretty impressive.
I'm left with a memory that I will never forget.
See?
Trauma. Yes.
This is how you do it, fellas. This is how you impress the ladies. All right. I always get very silly around hour 2. No one else has ever been here. No one else has ever made it this far.
Okay, buddy. Press play. Press
Definition
play on
of
that
organ.
video.
Huge problem with definitions. I'm sorry, let me try to keep this stuck. You're not understanding.
We've only made it 20 minutes into it, and I've cut out 5 minutes.
We've
so
only
let's
made
do it for
20
15
minutes
minutes.
into it, and we've been streaming for like 2.5 hours.
This is how it goes. This is how it always goes.
You
okay?
know, we can finish this video. Wait, no, we're going to continue on more. I still want to be here for a bit more. I don't know how long exactly
I have to break my fast in 40 minutes, so I have a hard out.
Okay.
I'm fasting, so I have to eat and so yeah, 3 hours is the cap.
I'm gonna watch the rest of this debate to see if we can have some fun stuff to talk about on my channel when we do it. I'm thinking,
I think people might want to hear us talk about internet, dude. Honestly, I'm having a good time. We could just do it tomorrow.
Let me see. How about this? Actually, would you be down to do it next Sunday?
Yeah.
Let's do it next Sunday then.
Sure.
Sounds good. We got it. We got the next dates lined up.
And then I'll go to your place.
Bro,
so you've seen where I live right now. I want to see where you live. You know, I want to get to know you more.
I almost said a slur right there, but I got.
You did.
Good.
I love how the guy that says.
Did you almost pick up
slurs.
on the? Did you know what I was gonna say? But I have good self-control. I feel like that guy who said, I prevented like some horrible grape from happening. He says, it's that meme. You know the meme. You know what the meme is. Yeah, I don't even have to say it. Bruh, this is fun.
Following the conversation.
Stephen,
rape is bad, but organized grooming gang
You've asked me a lot of questions, and every time I answer them, you ignore my answer. Now answer my question.
Yeah.
Answer my question. If 500,000 girls have been mass raped in this way, specifically being targeted because they were not of a particular religion or ethnicity, how many of them would have to be treated in this way for you to admit that it's a mass thing? What's the number that makes answer my question?
Wasn't I don't know how you would identify
Give us a number. Give us a number.
To be fair,
Give us a number.
To be fair, the way he's saying it, you can so easily deflect and be like, "Oh, I need an exact number."
That's
let me
terrible
get the
rhetorical strategy.
200,008 or something like that. You know, the way he is asking it is, I understand, and I 100% agree with Constantine. The way he's asking it there, he's just asking for like a snark response.
Smart. Yes, absolutely. That was not it's not about it being a number, but at what point is it concerning? You know,
that's good. That's a good way to phrase it. See,
yeah.
That's a great. It's harder to snark back at that.
Yeah, because and then you would say, I believe this is at a concerning level right now, and it's been 40 years. And as you said, Destiny, that you thought it stopped in the 80s. Fair enough. Maybe you don't know. We're in London right now. I would defer to the audience in London then and go, how long is this going on for? And to the audience, it's in London, dude. They let them get away with it.
Maybe you shouldn't be debating about and arguing with somebody, a native in their country, about what's going on there. Like maybe he should just ask more questions. If you have to ask questions from the audience, maybe you shouldn't be debating the subject.
100,000. So you're right beneath the threshold. Maybe tomorrow you'll have it.
It's actually
the question is there organized?
Between 500,000 and 1 million.
Okay, I'll ramble for a second, and then you can ramble after.
So you agree that it's mass?
My issue is because you guys, you do this thing over and over again where you won't accurately identify a problem. You'll invent these things because rape isn't bad enough. Now it has to be like a mass grooming gang rape thing. And then what happens is you can start.
It's worse. It's just worse. That's all it is. It was bad before, and it's worse.
I need you. I need you to take this in. I'm gonna do it at 0.75 speed. Now listen to this death by lethal projection from Destiny. Okay.
Hyper analysis here. Yes.
What he's going to say about the right is a projection that even if you were trying to be funny, you couldn't nail this well.
You play this game where you falsely identify a problem, you lie to the audience about it, and then you manage to gain power. You go through with some wacky scheme. Go figure, the wacky scheme doesn't fix anything. And then somehow you come back with the same recycled narratives over and over again.
He's literally describing Chicago, all of like the shitty, corrupt mayors in Democrat cities. Like,
yes, literally, like whenever they blame Trump. Like, it's just always why Trump caused this. Yes. Well, Trump caused this, even though he wasn't in power and nobody fixed the problem.
He's perfectly describing what Democrats do, what the left does, and how they always lead to destruction, and how things never get better whenever you listen to them.
For another shot at it. It's happening right now with Farage and reform. It happened with Brexit. Brexit didn't reduce immigration. It didn't help you with your economy. It didn't do anything really good for the United Kingdom at all. And then it's happening now with reform coming in and making all of these promises to the British people that you're going to be able to cut all of the revenues coming in. You're going to be able to increase all of your funding. You're going to have a no-wait NHS. And it's all built on the same lies over and over again that didn't help you affect any positive outcomes in the past. And it's not going to help you affect any positive outcomes in the future. You can sit here and you can be upset about it, but I watched you and Matt Goodwin debate on stage where you guys both made the bold prediction that once the Tories were out, your immigration numbers would be over 1 million per year. They plummeted to 300,000. I haven't heard you say anything about that. Your predictions were completely wrong, just as they were with Brexit as well.
Dismiss applause.
I'm going to be honest. When I was hearing at the beginning of the clip with Sargon Akkad reviewing the clip, he was watching this. He said, "I don't even know why Constantine engaged with him." And I thought to myself, okay, I think that's a little bit of a cope. I got nothing against you, buddy, but I think that's a little bit of a cope. But then I'm listening back to it, paying attention to it, trying to put myself in his shoes. I'm thinking to myself, golly, this is more pain than it would be to engage with. Like, genuinely, okay, no, I was wrong, Sargon. You're actually correct here. It wasn't a cope. I just wouldn't even want to deal with this shit myself if given the option. I wouldn't even want to.
This is what I didn't understand about Jordan Peterson going on Jubilee, where it's like, one Christian versus 25 atheists. And it's like, Jordan, you don't gain anything from being there. Same with Charlie Kirk. Same with Ben Shapiro. You don't gain anything from being there. All you do is potentially lose. All Konstantin Kisin almost gained was a bullet to the head here. All he gained was like somebody radical in the audience.
I think a lot of people on the right saw how he was shit on, and wrongfully so, and they have a lot more sympathy and respect for him, and they like him more. I think he did benefit from that. Look at how many people are covering this debate just like us, and we're vouching for him, we're defending him, we're saying he's correct. I think he really gains there, not directly from the video itself, like in terms of it being posted on that channel, the viewers from that channel watching it. I think from everybody else watching and reacting to it, he did benefit that way, and it was a good W for him in that regard.
Now, I understand why you're saying that. Allow me to give you some pushback. So, past events, right? This guy is getting Alex O'Connor and Dinesh D'Souza to talk about religion, okay? That's a large debate. So, he is getting.
Why would I want to listen to Dinesh D'Souza talk about religion? I know
he's a big name.
Huh. Well, I mean, I know he's a big name, but he's like Indian.
He's putting on Pangburn is so I know that you think in a certain sphere it's being criticized and delegitimized, but at the same time, this guy is putting on in-person events, like in New York, like in large venues. So that's what I'm concerned about. It's his influence outside, and this is just radicalizing people. When you look at the comments, it's like watching a fucking Vosh video, except it's not a Vosh video. It's Destiny who's supposed to be the most sane one influencer on the left.
No, not
and
anymore.
Even still, exactly. And that's what I'm concerned about. These very soft types of radicalization, where they're viewing Destiny as a standard of how to behave in a
What do you
debate.
think? Genuine question. What do you think actually happened to Destiny? What actually happened to him, you think?
Now, this is very similar to James Lindsay, where all of a sudden there was a shift in the behavior. Okay, so with Destiny, I attribute it to it was the Trump assassination attempt is when he made the heel turn, and from that point forward, it really feels like something happened in the background because it was such a 180 shift. He had just talked to like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson like 6 months before that, I think.
And he was literally debating people saying that the woke has gone too far. Like,
Yes.
I remember that, and he was in favor, and I really loved that. He was like, "We need to have more
Me too.
conversations and talk." I loved that. I was like, "Hey, this is why Destiny's our left-wing guy." You
Yep.
know, God. Oh
And
my
he
goodness.
pulled a 180, and so like Destiny is like socially leftist and fiscally liberal, if that makes sense.
I'm sorry. What the fuck does fiscally mean?
Monetarily, economically.
Oh,
Like
okay.
fiscally conservative is like
I'm sorry.
economically conservative. It's fine.
I've never heard that term in my life before. It's like,
Not a
what?
problem.
I see. No, wait, I did hear that on your channel a couple of times. You've said that. And I've always thought to myself, what does that mean? Like,
Yeah, so some people will say, like a libertarian might say they're socially liberal, but fiscally conservative. So like being fiscally liberal or leftist would be like commie, would be like socialist, right? Not a lot of government intervention, a lot of bloated programs, giving the government more money, giving the government more overreach. But then fiscally conservative, like a libertarian, would be like less government, get the government away from me, give the government less money, give the government less power. And then socially conservative, that's your religious views, traditional. And then socially liberal or a leftist. And at this point, that's your gay marriage, that's your more immigrants in the country.
bro.
So, but Destiny has a huge appeal for leftists now because he's polyamorous, he's socially leftist, but he's still a capitalist. He's not economically a leftist, so you can't really call him a leftist. But he's now kind of like a hybrid, if that makes sense. He's starting to mirror the rhetoric of Vosh and Hassan, right? In his argumentation, but he's not a communist. He's not a socialist. He still believes in capitalism. Just, give the government more money, even though they have no transparency and they don't use it well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was just remembering, you mentioned libertarian. I just gotta add this in because like this is something entirely new to me. I would hear the stereotypes, and I thought it was slander at first, where people would be like, "Oh, libertarian? That means like that references creeps and everything, like who want like to lower the age of consent." I was like, "Okay, that's slander. That's slander." And on Twitter, I've gotten so much pushback for saying that the drawings of lollies should not be sexualized. It's wrong, period. Like, this is why we call Vosh a PDF. It's because of things like that. And everybody who gave me big pushback, I looked at their profiles.
Yeah.
So many of them are self-proclaimed libertarians. So many of them. Nobody was authoritarian right that was supporting it.
This is the issue with the liberty argument. The liberty to do what? People that are really obsessed with liberty over cohesion typically exhibit some sort of anti-social behavior under more questioning as to like why are you so obsessed with liberty? What do you want to do that you can't do so much? Liberty, 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 liberty.
Yeah.
That's like I love to say democracy.
And
like,
you know what's
democracy.
insane? It's like, yeah, why are you focusing on these topics? Because there's something about it that affects you in your life. And all of these people who talk about and defend these drawings that are inappropriate of, lollies, they also just so happen to be really interested in talking about the age of consent.
Hey, that's government overreach, okay? Leave it to the states.
Bruh, I think we need to leave you in a hospital. I think we need to leave you in a
just
psych
want to
ward.
violate my rights, okay? We all have rights, liberties,
You
freedoms.
can exercise your
anti-freedom.
rights in a psych ward, in a cell. Buddy, like I'm sorry. I just had to add that in because that has been like so much of my week dealing with those people, and it's changed my perspective on a lot of these things. It's just like, bro, I never actually thought this until
Right-wing
recently.
libertarian can be a little bit tricky.
I want to make it clear. I know so many of you people are not like that. It's not a generalization towards all of
No,
you.
they're aware of it.
But it's a real problem. I think you people in the libertarian side should really, root
Remember how
out and
Vosh
talk
calls
about.
himself a libertarian socialist?
Oh, I forgot that. It's just
Yeah.
another stereotype. Oh my word. I forgot that. Yeah, of course.
We thought it was the socialism that made him a creep. It turns out it's the libertarianism. I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding, libertarians, all right?
Libertarians, you gotta look. I have so many good libertarians that I like, but you guys need to clean the house. Clean the house.
Liberty, freedom, liberty.
You're making me hate freedom.
Yeah. Oh, that's where we start getting a little more right wing. But let's dial this down a little bit. See what's going on here. Oh yeah, this uproarious applause after Destiny's Gish Gallop. What's that applause?
Well, that was a wonderful presentation. The problem for you is I voted Remain in the referendum.
Checkmate.
Because you hadn't been bullied by the Cambridge students yet. I'm aware of the history, but I know.
So, you've come here with a bunch of talking points. That's great.
Hold on. We can break down
Stephen,
anything you want.
Stop interrupting.
Don't accuse me of having talking points.
Stop
Deal with my
interrupting.
argument.
All he had was talking points. Nothing goes into any more depth to what he's saying. But then that's an accusation. How dare you say I just hit you? I can show you the bruise on my arm before you just punched me. How dare you say that? I can't believe you're accusing me of that. Oh, the guy that's been accusing Constant the entire time?
Bro, you're like a professional gaslighter.
Dude, I noticed these behaviors over and over and over again. I've been around these people. I know them.
Yeah.
Theodore, $5. Consequentialism. It's not wrong if the horse gets off. Well,
bro, I'm gonna remember that forever now. Whenever I hear consequentialism, I'm just gonna think of that. It's not bad if the horse gets off to
the
it.
end point. But it's not an exaggeration.
It isn't
literally what you were shown.
Is that wait? Is that a libertarian view? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna harp on you libertarians anymore. I'm sorry.
No, they have.
I just had to bring that up.
The libertarians, although can be insufferable, actually do have an underlying philosophy.
They do. They do.
Universal principle. Okay.
They do.
So they are very different.
Perhaps I'm being a little too harsh on you. Maybe I'm being emotionally fueled
fucking
right
libertarian needs to understand they're being made. I'm a fucking atheist in the religious community. Okay. We all
True.
True.
Maybe you guys should actually grow some thick skin. Yeah.
You know you're gonna get made fun of as a libertarian. Okay. And I think we're doing it in good taste. Last remembrance, sir. $5.
I do think true.
Yeah.
They do get what's it called? Dogpiled quite a bit. They do.
Yeah. Just like atheists should. Last remembrance, sir. $5. When you're chunk yogurt and you liked the donkey show too much at Tijuana and you admitted it to not your friends. Dude, he was literally like, what's going on? Why is this happening? The disbelief at saying you should be allowed to get off an animal in broad daylight in front of women in a production crew with a camera on you was actually, that to me is pure raw comedy. That's like,
I think
crystallized lol cow.
Hot take. I think that just is a testament to his raw Chad confidence, alpha confidence right there, to be able to say such a degenerate, depraved thing in front of women and be unfazed by it. I mean, unfazed by it. That is raw confidence. I wish I had that much confidence in my life. I wish I had the confidence to. No, I'm not gonna say something that's gonna get clipped here. Oh,
what do you
goodness.
mean? Go ahead.
I'm
listening to you.
I know when to shut up. I know when to shut up.
Fellas are a very open, patient, considerate audience. They would never judge you. Okay.
No, I know these people are great, but it can be clipped. It can be clipped. I'm not giving people the clip potential over a joke.
What if you censored what you were? What if you write it down on a piece of paper and you slide it over to me and let me know what you were gonna say?
Oh, wait, you're just gonna read it out loud.
Okay. See, you're getting good. This is discernment, fellas. This is discernment. Very good.
I was about to do it for a half
I
a
know.
second there. I was like, wait a minute.
It's good. You're right.
I think I know you, Artie. Not that much, but I know you a little bit to know that.
Selling the Lich for 100 of something that you need to get by that I don't care about because that's not what we spend here. Enthusiast Chunk Yogurt pitches his fantasies to sex negative rattling Foyd. Weirdo ideas rejected. Chunk Yogurt sad. I'm just playing random stuff in the background right now.
He's an Argentinian, by the way.
That's what it is.
Argentinian money. I got to stick up for the a lot of Argentinians like us.
Speaking of a libertarian, what is that? Javier Milei? He's got a libertarian president, doesn't he?
Yeah. Wait, they do got a libertarian leader. I forget the name.
Javier Milei.
Gotcha.
And he likes the moose. Apparently, he did. He did have sex with the wall. And he did finish. But you want to know what? What's more embarrassing, having sex with the wall or having sex with a horse? And going, well, the horse liked it. Which one's really more embarrassing?
Well, he's a libertarian, so I guess both.
Oh, baby. That's the leader of a country. Okay, how dare you? Mind you, what I'm playing in the background right now is 5.5 hours of him breaking down the debate. It's insufferable. It's absolutely
insufferable. My word, 5 hours for the whole...
It's absolutely
Bruh is dedicated in milking the cow.
Oh, yeah, he is. New GM, $10. Thank you very much. Cenk, I'm pro horse banging. A few moments later, RD, yeah, Cenk, take it. Yeah. He's not a horse, he's a buffalo. He's a big brown buffalo, which is very different. Different animals have different rules. We're doing consequentialism. We're doing uncertainty. We're doing did we learn nothing tonight? First maxim, okay?
I can imagine this guy saying, yeah, because of the uncertainty, we got to test things out. Unzips.
For the well-being. He calls himself, in my video on this, he calls himself a well-beingist. Don't trust that guy.
Who would ever... Did he ever say it out loud and ever question how that comes across to people? Has he ever said that out loud?
He's an ideologue. He's living in his own reality. In case you couldn't tell, that's why he doesn't pay people. That's why he completely ignores his responsibilities. That's why he's very high on his own supply. How else can you determine that Destiny had a higher virtue? You have your own little world of virtue.
He really does try and play the moderate, more slightly left-wing neutral guy, and he just does such a horrible job at it.
This is what I keep saying. Do you see how you said slightly left-wing? The way that I keep positioning this is, okay, it's like fucking a kid. You can't even do it a little bit. You have to you have to cut. I know it's gross being on the left. I know you can't even do it a little bit. Some people want to just go, well, what if I just go and, expose myself to minors at a kindergarten? I go, no, you can't even do it a little bit. Nope. You have to cut it off completely. You can't be on the left even a little bit. I keep trying to tell people that. It doesn't work. PF Young, he's like, I'm a centrist, a little bit of left. No, you have to cut it off completely. You have to be right wing. That is my strong position. You deserve what you tolerate for $10. Concerning furries. I watched Arch's new video, Alt-Right Playbook. Oh, I saw that. I saw the thumbnail. And concerning furries, they got lumped in with the chuds over video games. Baffles me how the left hates furries now. Lol, Ouroboros. Yes, as Stack Academic Slager just said, they are Ouroboring. Are you familiar with what an Ouroboros is?
I've heard of it.
Yes,
wait,
that is. Yep.
Wait, no, you can tell me.
That is a snake eating its own tail.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yes. Symbolizes not good. You do not want to be an Ouroboros. Very circular, eats itself, birth-death cycle. It's really a backbone of, occultist, Satanism.
Yeah.
Destroy, build. Leningrad, $10. Thank you so much. Slowpoke here. This chat only makes sense if you rewind the stream back to 2 hours ago. But this Pangburn guy really seems certain about his claim that nobody can be certain about their claims. I said that to a comment of somebody that was trying to sweep for him. Oh, wow, you seem really certain about that claim that you're saying, right? Actually, yeah, it's right here. This is what I was saying, that you were at the Zach level.
True.
And then he's like, bro, you sound so stupid reading his maxims. The certainty being almost certainly unobtainable is basic philosophical and scientific principle. Yeah, the issue is that he's not applying what this guy says to anything. Just gonna be my point to that. Tacit Tempo, $5. Thank you so much. I believe, yeah. Y'all just didn't see the more radical stuff he put out at the time. He has always been very radical. It was about pushing the envelope, slowly opening. Yeah, I've heard some more stuff about this guy. He made a bunch of, like, he got caught making a bunch of sock accounts agreeing with himself. Like, that level of embarrassment with this guy.
Destiny?
I'm sorry, no, Travis Pangburn over here.
Gotcha. Oh, wait, he made alt accounts to agree with himself?
I've been getting fed some extra lore about him, and it's really embarrassing.
Wait, did he, like, actually admit to it, or how do you know that's true?
Somebody sent it to me on X. I would have to locate the post they sent me.
Gotcha.
Someone did a Medium article on it, and really, it's like a fucking account that was made like 2 months old, and all of the posts are only agreeing with Travis Pangburn. It's like one can really deduce, and it's like a few of those accounts, and then how they interact with each other. Kind of has that feel to it.
That's weird, bro. He needs to get help. Talking to yourself like that is not good. Performative talking to yourself, always bad.
DPK, $5. Thank you so much. The reason Destiny did a 180 is because he knows his side lost the public response towards stability and reason. He lost. Yeah, but I feel like he was tapped on the shoulder by some sort of entity in the background to be like, this is what we're doing, because a lot of the Dems made that switch, by the way. That was Destiny's 180 was very brazen, but there was a lot of other content creators that are like, quote unquote, progressive. And it's like, okay, well, now all the Democrats are pretty much going mask off like socialist commie. Fiscally liberal. They're still capitalists, all right? But they just socially like commie.
Yeah.
Like you should be out, like, to me, a moderate Democrat would be able to say blocking traffic isn't protesting. No Democrats can even say that at this point. They like that's breaking the law. It's not protesting. Slosher, $5. I like the Michael Malice definition. A libertarian is someone who's fiscally conservative and socially awkward. That's great. You can take that to the bank.
True. I can get along with the free market and all that stuff. Like in terms of libertarianism with like the economy, I very much can get behind that much more. Just not socially. No. Not socially, the libertarian.
$2, thank you. Oh my God, it's Revenant. Love your vids.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Revenant over here.
I'm Reverend.
Jason Blaze, $10. You're not wrong about when Destiny fully changed. It was the Asian attempt that brought him to this point. He tries to be consistent with what he says because that's how he weaponizes consistency. Yeah, I mean, he is consistently a creep. You know, you really can praise him for his consistency. I'll give him that. Bubblegum, $5. Bruh, you're atheist. You have no objective argument as to why it's wrong. So it's vapid and baseless when you criticize libertarians. You're the same. Well, I do appeal to a Christian ethic. You don't think you don't think I can? I watch Destiny. You don't think I can squirm out of anything? Really? You think I'm not ready for this? You think I'm just blindly calling myself an atheist? And it's like, well, yeah, I appeal to, I defer to Christians all the time. If I'm asked a question, I'm like, I don't know, they probably got it in their fucking book, you know. But at the same time, with right-wing atheists, it's like, yeah, like, so conversely, okay, a right-wing atheist argument, if I was going to be really bitchy toward Christians, I'm like, okay, so what if God told you to not do X really offensive thing, then you would do it? Like, do you really need God? Or else you would do that?
Bubblegum's clowning you in the chat. What are you going to say? How are you squirm out of that? He says, an atheist appealing to God, laugh, laugh. What do you say to that, Artie?
Well, I mean, but I can find God materially. I mean, at least the belief in God has clearly brought us our laws and our civility in the West. So at the very least, a belief in God materially does have the best outcome in the West. So
That's actually a good argument. Okay. No, you recovered. I thought for half a second he might have a point. No, you did recover. You did squirm your way out of that one.
All I do is watch and criticize squirmers. You don't think I learned how to squirm? Kevin 11, $5. Artie, did you see the Fuentes versus Destiny debate on the topic of the moves? Nick destroyed Destiny in that debate. Is that from 4 years ago?
I think
or is
that's
that from a year
Fresh and
ago?
Fit. Wasn't it the Fresh and Fit podcast?
Well, I know that they've debated. They had like a 4-hour debate.
I'm
like
pretty sure it was
2019.
like on Fresh and like, let me see. Nick versus Destiny. Yes, Fresh and Fit. It comes up. That was 2 years ago. No, I remember that debate. I was working outside, mowing the lawn, listening to it.
Ooh, I could possibly, because here's the thing. I've only been streaming for like 4 or 5 months. So there's plenty of videos of things that I would like to comment on because they happened before I was streaming. So if you could send me that video, it'd be much appreciated. That would be good to keep.
It's actually on Destiny's channel, but only 20 minutes. Maybe it's 20 minutes he did good in the debate.
Well, I mean, good to him.
True. Good to him.
Into his audience. Oh, here we go. Johnny Two Ducks, $2. Rem, I comment on your videos before watching.
Oh, no.
Isn't he just as sweet as a Georgia peach?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what he means by that. He could be wholesome. He said Rem. So I assume he feels familiar with me enough to call me Rem instead.
Yeah.
But I've been what's it called? Crashing out on people for not watching the video before they comment because of the leaflet stuff. So he might be, I don't know, he might be joking about that. But either way, we appreciate you, man.
Wouldn't you want them commenting on the video no matter what? Because for the algorithm?
Well, it's not good for my own sanity because I read the comments.
Oh, sweet summer child. Okay. we'll toughen you up a little bit. I actually, I had a video.
Please don't beat me.
I had a video, my early videos on this channel would be me antagonizing leftists, and they would fill up my fucking comments.
Oh,
I had like
I can imagine that.
I had like
especially with the
200
Memphis
subscribers, but
wave.
I was getting like 2,000 views on a video because they were
I can
commenting.
imagine that. I remember the way I found your content was when you're commentating on Nick. And then I was like, I'd pop in from time to time. And then you commented on Memphis Wave, and I'm like, okay, now he's going after somebody I like. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, now he's being a bit antagonistic here. I don't really like this guy. And then I listened to it, it's like, okay, well, he's actually right. Shoot,
I know.
I can't be mad at you.
I get to be a cunt if I'm right. It's so unfortunate.
Well, most people aren't like me, where I will dislike you, but then I'll hear you out, and then I'll no longer dislike you because you're correct. Most people will just stay on that train of I don't dislike you and make an excuse. So many people in my video on Leaflet have said, like the two people I cite and reference, they literally say those people are factually correct. Some of them say that they lie, but they never can explain how.
There
or
it is.
What they
That
lie
right
about.
there. Right.
But they always say they're correct, but I dislike them as a person because they're mean or whatever. They don't hop off that train. So that's
you
not
see, I would love going through your hate comments and analyzing them and how I interpret them and why, like, because I've just that's always fascinating to me. Is you can tell when somebody, like, the epitome of cope is for someone to type something that isn't true to you because they need it to exist, the thing that isn't true, and so they'll come out with a baseless accusation, and it's like, yeah, okay.
I mean, they accused me of liking Hassan, a couple of them.
Who?
Like what?
How?
They literally say, "Oh, why aren't you talking about Hassan and why are you focusing on Leaflet? Leaflet's right wing and all the rest." Hassan does far worse things, and like I've only.
Oh my god, that's dude. Ironically enough, that's a Hassan argument. Hassan goes, but Gaza. But what about Gaza?
Yes, that's literally all the lollies do. Somebody literally told me on Twitter, "Why aren't you talking about Epstein instead of the lolly stuff? Why aren't you talking about Epstein instead? Because that's a bigger, more important issue. Why aren't you talking about the wars that are happening? What the Moos are doing as well? Why aren't you talking about that instead of the lolly stuff?" Like, it literally is the Hassan argument of, what about Palestine? What about Palestine?
The level of irony.
Yes.
Backbreaking.
It is. It is.
Theodora for $10. The entity that tapped D and the Dems on the shoulder was Trump when he won the popular vote. That broke them mentally, and they're all in the doom bunker now. The fight is all they have left. I'm just not excited It's the same thing that happens in like Chicago. You think Lori Lightfoot's terrible, the mayor of Chicago, and you go, oh, finally she's leaving, and she gets replaced with Brandon Johnson. It's always replaced with a worse person. Also, Kamala Harris, like, she had nothing behind her, and they wanted to show us that they could manufacture that much support for Kamala Harris, where they could have no candidate with nothing behind them. Like a Zoran Mamdani at this point is just going to become president. You know, we're being primed for it now. If they can do that much damage with someone as uncharismatic as Kamala Harris, what do you think they could do with a Zoran Mamdani if he fucking makes a presidential bid?
True.
With the media behind him, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess if you're an accelerationist, you're going to like that one.
I mean, I just don't have an answer for it. Because they got that close with Kamala Harris, and they put $1 billion behind her and still had a $20 million deficit. But we just don't talk about that, you know? We don't talk about it. They put $1 billion, but they were putting $1 billion behind Kamala Harris so they could save the poor people money. Okay.
True. That's why they
Elon
did it.
Musk
They
to
wanted
redistribute his wealth.
True.
Okay.
But
Well,
one thing, it is getting a bit late for me, so I don't think
Yeah.
I can continue with the watching the video.
no,
We
that's
will-
why I'm just winding down right now, and that's why I have to also go and eat and whatnot. So yeah, we
I
did it.
get you.
We did the damn thing.
We did. And it was fun. It was really fun. I had so much fun here, just laughing.
Hell yeah, dude. We can we can go to your house next time.
Uh-oh.
As of right
Yeah.
now, it seems like next Sunday.
We'll be able to go to the theater. Yes. And you'll be in the crystal ball. Mhm.
Interesting.
Yes.
Excellent. So
I got it all sorted out. It actually looks pretty fun and cool. I think you'll really like it.
Hell yeah, Doug. Well, fellas, I am streaming again tomorrow in a solo stream. That will be highly critical of a person that I've made videos on a person behind the paywall, and this is going to be no paywall. I mean, it's going to be a drama recap on some funny things that have happened. I can't wait to do it. But yes, Remy Winks. Can I call you
Winks?
Remy Winks?
It reminds me of Wings of Redemption. I don't know if I like that.
Oh, well, that's probably better than Lemmy Winks, the hamster that was clawing up people's asses from South Park. So yours is actually probably a lot better.
Remy Wing. I didn't know anything about South Park. I see why you're asking that question now. Yeah. So many people do call me Remy in reference to the rat from Ratatouille. Can you imagine that though? Can you imagine photoshopping the night helmet on the rat?
I can get into that. It's better than being called Armored Skeptic for the 75th time, right?
I want to take the idea, the symbol of the knight in the suit as my own. I don't want it to be Armored Skeptics anymore. I want it to be my own. That's my goal. I want it to become that this idea image of Remnant is the knight in the suit. I want to that's mine now.
You're conquering ideological ground. Well, I am starving. I'm going to break my fast.
Even
Fellas,
though I literally didn't copy him on purpose. It was it's so bad. But I'm not going to change it. We got it. And it's actually pretty unique in its own way. But yeah.
It's your thing, dog.
It is my thing.
All right, fellas. Have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out. And there will be more to come. Later, y'all.
Yes. Boy.